So hello everyone, and welcome to the Siklab Invitational Open Qualifiers qualifying matches. My name is Dax, and joining me for tonight is gonna be the man, the myth, the legend himself, the one to really rule the world here in Valorant. It is Mr. Vyminal.
Greetings!
Yeah,
Greetings to all.
you look amazing,
Thank you.
Mr. Vyminal. It's like a
Thank
lot
you.
better than I'm wearing, that's for sure. You're like, you want to see what I look? You're gonna see I'm very chill in my
No!
clothing.
You told me to wear a
I
blazer!
am wearing a blazer, but I'm wearing a
Okay,
more
okay,
chill
okay.
shirt rather than you are. So you look a lot
Okay,
more
I'm
fancy.
yeah.
You're a
Okay.
wonderful human being. But we
Let
are gonna be
let's
getting
yeah.
into the Valorant action in just a bit. So we have gotten through the open qualifiers, guys. It has been a pretty amazing time, and we only have around 4 teams left, I believe, and we will be going into
Hmm?
the first semi-final, which will be the two teams of, well, it is gonna be Cuteboi versus the side of, what is this team name? JCFC. Any thoughts
All
coming into
right.
that one, Mr. Bim? I do believe you are pretty familiar with
JCFC.
some of the names here, especially after
Yeah,
your through few ventures in the community.
indeed. Real Prodigy, for example, used to be my team captain back in Game Titans, and we participated in a couple tournaments, the close beta closeout, and I believe one of the tournaments that you organized as well here for Valorant Valorant PH, yeah, Crushers Cup.
Yeah.
And I've played with Dubstep, and yeah, I played with Dubstep the other day, and he's a phenomenal player, CS background. In fact, the whole team from Cuteboi has a phenomenal pedigree in the professional esports scene.
Yeah, I
So I'm
think
expecting a
really
lot
strong.
from them.
I really do.
Yeah.
They have so many big names. They've shown so much growth. They've shown so much pedigree, and I think that they are
Mhm.
really gonna be giving us a run for our money in terms of the action. But in the meantime, JCFC, these guys, I have seen them really be pretty gritty. For Cuteboi, it was kind of an easier path for them. They were the first one
Mhm.
in the semifinals. They're ones waiting on for everyone else to show up. And here for Team JCFC, they really struggled to get there. And looking at these names, they're kind of in and around the community, but it really is going to be interesting star
Right.
power there for Cuteboi. And I'm going to be very interested to see how JCFC is going to be handling this one. So we have our map pool: Ascent, Haven, and then Split. Going to be our three master this one. It's a best of three here for the qualifiers. And of course, whoever wins this is going to be moving on to the group stage. The loser will be going home with nothing, unfortunately. And this is for a 25,000 peso prize pool, Mr. Vyminal.
Hmm. It's one of the largest prize pools in the local grassroots communities, and I'm really proud of what we organized, what we put together here. And not only are people playing for the bragging rights, the cash prize, but all in all, the entire goal of the community is to assimilate and uplift the competitive scene.
Yeah, that's true. And we are just checking if everyone has left our tech ping, and we'll be good to go to get into our first map, including you, Mr. Vim. So check that one out, as we are going to be getting ready
Hmm.
very soon into this match. Sent to our first map, pretty interesting to say the least. And looking at this, well, you're going to have that smaller mid control in the first place.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, are you
Hold on
good?
a sec.
Are
I
you
think my camera is glitching out.
Yeah, Mr. Bim, we're also trying to see if everyone is ready, because someone isn't for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still in game, Vyminal.
Hmm.
You're still in
Oh,
game.
sorry.
Yes, okay. We'll be
Give me a
getting
sec. Give me
into
a
the
sec.
match
Give me a sec.
in just a bit,
Technical
guys.
difficulties here.
Got it.
All
This
right.
this stream is actually pretty funny, because
Yeah.
we were just like, hey, why don't we stream the last parts of the qualifying matches, and we're just gonna be getting
Yeah.
into it anyway. And I think
Yeah. What the hell not, right?
it's a great way to really start things off. Mr. Vyminal, you're very confident,
Mm-hmm. Very, very confident. By
Yeah,
the way, I'm wearing boxer shorts
nice.
under yeah.
Why are
So it's
you
just the top, looking
why
fancy,
are you exposing
looking
the truth?
profesh.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just casting at home.
true.
You
That's
know how
true.
it is.
You already know how it is. And thanks for all the support, guys. And it seems like we are gonna be getting ready to go. And we are finally hard pressed to get into the match. And thank everyone for the patience, including the two teams. This is gonna be really interesting. A BO3 after so many
Mhm.
BO1s. It really is gonna be a
Right.
little difference in terms of, well, the pacing in the first place, just how you're supposed to be doing things. And all in all, it is going to be high time to get into the match. Our first game going to be
All right.
Ascent. It's time to get into the game. And any potential picks that you're thinking of, Mr. Vim, that we'll be seeing coming into
Yeah.
this match.
Now, Ascent is a very open space. It's one of the larger maps in the game. And I feel that it's very hard to execute a site or maybe defend a site without hard smokers. Like you gotta get someone like Brimstone, like Omen, and Intel agents such as Sova or Cypher, very, very powerful and very essential in Ascent.
Yeah.
So I bet that we're gonna see Omen or Brim and Cypher or Sova, without a doubt. And if they don't pick that, I believe they're gonna put the team composition at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, it might be a little jeopardous, especially if you're not able to take mid control. Here in the Ascent, the middle is one of really the most important parts of the map itself. When you look at the middle,
Mhm.
it really has just so many openings, both to AP. You can go through Cubby, you can go through Market, you can even go through Spawn to get backstab, and it just
Right.
makes such a big difference to say the least. In any case, though, we are going to be hard pressed right now to get our agents and get things going. It really feels like in a match like this, it is going to be all down to the wire, and I'm expecting a lot of good things between our two semifinalists. Cuteboi especially, I've seen them a lot more. They have a lot more
Mhm.
history
Choose
behind
your
them.
agent.
I believe for JCFC, it will be really, really interesting to note what kind of game they're going to be bringing. And in a sense, we have
Right.
that upset potential in the first place.
I mean, they have earned their spot here, being the last four teams standing. So I expect good plays from both teams.
And it seems
And
like
yeah, we are underway. And I think Ascent, it's very important to note that, again, it's one of the larger open maps here in Valorant that has a lot less deep corners and a lot of aim duel potential. So which team will reign supreme? I think it'll be the more mechanical one, definitely.
and we'll just be looking real quick to see if everything is a-okay. All
Mhm.
good. We're just making sure that everything is fine and dandy, because apparently we've been having issues here and there. All good.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go though.
All
But
good.
hopefully. We're,
Yeah.
we're just making sure. Because apparently there was a little bit of an issue for a little bit, but I guess everything now.
Like latency wise?
No, like someone was in the CR, but I guess everyone's ready. I
Okay.
guess. Okay. I think
We'll
we're
find
good.
out in 10 seconds,
We'll
Daks.
find out. We'll find out. So let's get into the match. Let's get into the action, and let's get into the game. This is gonna be Ascent, a BO3.
Yeah, so right now we're seeing the team composition that I predicted as well. You have a Cypher on both sides. You have hard smokes on both sides as well.
Here we go. Finally, it is
Brilliant
gonna be
one-way smoke right there.
Dubstep though with the first kill. Sage gonna be pushing on through. Royalty, yes, gets him up. Getting the takedown there, and Fleek gonna be trying to run on back in the first place. In any case though, interesting defense right now, already falling apart immediately. A little difficulty for Brainpiece and Fleek to find the action, and really quick penetration there from the side of Cuteboi.
That was super fast. Despite the one-way smoke, they just breezed right through. And the bomb plant, like straight up, right away. Very fast. 4v2 situation right now. And the Sage is trying to get a pick. They're just holding.
There you go.
Now,
catch
this is
ball.
a very top tier defense, right? They don't overpeak unnecessarily. They're holding angles and they're waiting for the enemy to come at a disadvantage. And that's what you have to do post plant.
Yeah, pretty much. It really was just such a quick take into things, and in any case, it really feels like here for the side of Cuteboi, they're just in position to really execute in the first place. In any case, though, high time right here, right now, for the side of JCFC to do all they can and more to try and defend this B site. But since they lost that match, it really will just be guns blazing here for the side of Cuteboi.
Looks like they're going for a B split push here. There's a Cypher on lurk at A, checking flank there, setting up traps at A long. We're seeing some action, seeing Ching the God trying to make an entry here.
Right, let's looking all around. Here comes a little bit of trouble. Look at that. The Omen onto the high ground. And just this gun advantage here
Oh.
for Team Cuteboi, doing all they can, but Gepsilov has fallen down. Real Prodigy does get the kill on back. And it seems like it's high time to get the push on. In any case, it's Fleek still sticking on to this Cubby. Very interesting here for the side of Team JCFC, as they are really defending, even though they don't have the guns at all.
Exactly. It's very surprising they were able to get a 4v4 into this second round because Real Prodigy, Dubstep has a couple of Bulldogs and full armor and Spectres. But this is a very expensive round for them. You know, they full bought straight up. They lost two guns and armor. So pretty interesting what we're going to see in the round 3.
Right now, gonna be roaming on with the Marshall Yoink. Basically, though, this is gonna be an attacking round victory again. But as you said, that's two guys there with guns going down, and for Flick, oh, never mind, it's gonna go down to the hand of China. Ching the God instead. And we really haven't been able to talk about these rosters right now so far, Mr. Vim. 2 rounds in. You got Beats Royal S,
Right.
Brain Freeze, Aslaman, and Fleek versus Getsimov, Ching the God, Dubstep, Real Prodigy, as well as Sky. And there you have the Smokers, the Omens, as well as the Brimstone on both sides. You got a breach there for the defense, a Cypher on both for that intel. But it's a double Reyna right now on both sides. And what do you really think? The power of the duelists working out really well for the local scene?
I think someone like Reyna is extremely powerful. You know, a lot of people predicted that Reyna wouldn't be very good in top tier games. But I think the snowball potential of Reyna in a clash, like the potential of chaining kills, is just really, really powerful.
Royal is now going to be in the middle. There we go with the shots already. Real Prodigy does get that takedown immediately, though. And a good start there, again, from the Reyna. As you said, snowball potential. And sometimes when you throw that first pile of snow, it really just turns into the avalanche very, very soon. Beats now. Gonna get slow orb, gonna get caught in the dark cover. Very difficult here for the side of the defense to hold this B side.
Now, they decided to give up mid control rather easily. And that might be a problem for them here. Look at that double boost.
My, this B side. Oh, Brain Freeze though. Good hold into the middle. We'll be able to clutch it out for a little bit. Can he get 2 more? But as you said, boosting onto the wall, really doing all they can. Here comes Fleek though. With the transition, he has an operator in the hands. And I do believe here on the side of JCFC, they will have a chance at this to really try and go for the fight. Interesting movement mode from Dubstep, rotating all the way to the A side instead.
This is some risky plays. Fleek with the operator at round 3. And again, an operator can really turn the tide, especially if you give it to the opponent. Like if they're down for the count, right, and they get an operator, the tables can turn, and this is a really risky play early on in the game.
Yeah, completely agree, but we'll see right now as Sky is going to be transitioning on forward as much as possible. Spike now has been planted, and well, we'll be seeing right now that breach charge immediately going for the stun onto the ground. Braid Freeze taking on the ground has been able to get some good kills in the middle, but just this post plant right now, some really good angles. Dubstep holding onto the door here, Bim, and he sees the breach, gets the takedown. Goodbye to Brain Freeze immediately. Fleek right now on the high ground, trying to get on the way. Operator still in his clutches, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sage just runs away with this gun.
Yeah, definitely going for the save there. No armor left. You know, it's really gonna be the death of them if he gives that gun away. So, really good round. Securing round 3 is very, very important and really has that snowball potential in terms of momentum for Cuteboi.
Cuteboi is actually looking pretty scary right now. They have a 3-0
Looking
lead.
pretty cute.
I think that's already implied in the first place. Very, very cute boy. So,
not
yo,
really
you got
funny.
that, yeah, that star power, not only in game but
Star
also out of
power.
it. You already know it. The real prodigy.
You know it.
He's up
You
there,
know
3-1 score line, and that Reyna getting the entry frag makes a big difference because, as you said, that snowball making a big difference, especially when the orbs do come into play.
Now, if you check out the scoreboard for Cuteboi, right? It's very even across the board, and that means there is not really a weak link at any of their team roster. Look at that. That self-boost by Getsimov over there at A-Long. Now, you see a lot of that in like high-rank gameplay, but it's not very common for other people to do. Other people find it challenging to do a self-boost like that.
Here.
But we got Ching the God with Boom Goes Dynamite. Takes one on
Real Prodigy though, spotting that one out. Beats actually getting a kill, but if you saw that one from the operator, it was just so potent and so danger close. Here comes Real Prodigy as well as the Omen. Going for the spike plant already. I like a little bit of lurk here for Ching the God though. Might be meeting Beats with that revolver. And oh, Phantom gonna get yoinked away. Royal S gonna be pushing on forward. Not a bad econ round again from the defense. But we've seen this before here, Vim, and even though these are not bad econ rounds, these are not bad situations, they have a disadvantage, the fact of the matter is they still haven't been able to win a round.
Exactly. And really, I think the name of the game, especially high pressure situations like a tournament, for example, team morale is of the utmost importance. And sometimes, if you don't have a lot of experience competing in tournaments, that momentum early on could really cause your team to drown out in mid game.
Really is. And hey, there you go. The attack side with another victory. Can the Rays be spotted here? Royal S knows someone is amiss and doesn't get it, unfortunately. But, you know, 4-0 here for the side of Cuteboi, and they're really taking up the lead again.
All right, so this is a very important round for Brain Freeze beats Royal S Fleek and Aslo Man. JCFC. This, you know, a lot rides on this round. Because after this, you're going to be forced to do another eco and probably lose another couple of rounds if they don't win this one. So let's see what they can do here.
In any case, though, here we go again with Brain Freeze. He's the one who's been holding all the marbles and holding that middle, but it's now time for Beats to try and get that operator shot on again. Here comes Real Prodigal with his own op. Looking for a little bit of the angle here. Knows something is there on Brain Freeze with the flag. But Sky again on the high ground. And Pitter Patter, here we go. The Subway Surfers are into play. And speaking that one, Ching the God with a takedown will fall to that Royal S. Ducks it back on the board, but Beats with the shots. And it really seems like here for the side of JCFC, they have a lot of strong fraggers. But in terms of execution on strategy, that's where Cuteboi really just shines.
Now, definitely both teams, from what we're seeing right now, has a lot of firepower on either side. Now, it's just a matter of who has the better strats, who has the better execution, who's the T-sided team, who's the CT-sided team, attacker or defense. Some teams are better suited for attacking, some teams are better suited for defending. It's just the way it goes. Like, some aren't comfortable defending or attacking, you know?
Really is, especially when you're on a defense. It feels like when you're on a defense, there's a lot more pressure intrinsically. It really feels like sometimes you have to be the one really surviving as much as possible. And right now, guys, we are having one of our semifinals broadcasts. We'll be doing the other one if we actually make it, but it's more of a simulcast right now, a simul stream or a simul play in efforts. We really just want to make sure everything's streamlined. We don't want everything to go late, that's for sure, every single day, because this is just a prelude to something amazing that Mr. Vyminal can talk to you guys about later on. But it seems like it's another successful round here for the attacking side. Cuteboi is literally just running away with it with a 5-0 scoreline.
Now, you see the difference in economy. Cuteboi is maxed out, basically. Despite them being down three men in the previous round, you know, it's not a big deal. They still have a lot of money. And now JCFC is forced to basically light buy for some of their agents.
So difficult. Fleek only on the pistol there. It's very awkward right now. And feels like the Sage will get a little bit of sponsorship money there. Still, though, all about Cuteboi right now. Looking to go for that big push here by the B side. And Fleek is just 80 strafing just to die. Ching the God gets the ding. Here we go again, though, with the grenades off on top. And it's actually reached. Yes, it does. Hits the Cypher. What an angle taken.
Wow, what a lineup nade right there. Very, very lethal. Despite the one-way smoke, they're having a really hard time holding B main. And the thing is, they're not really doing anything different for the defending side. And I think this is the time that they have to adjust strats because it hasn't been working for the past 5 rounds.
It really is. And Sky right now.
Oh, missed that shot right there.
Here we go again. But on the board immediately. Here we go again with still kills here for Cuteboi. We're having a little bit of obvious issues right there, guys, but don't worry about it. Ascent actually catches out Sky. And it's been a quiet game here from the Reyna.
Indeed. Now, this, you know, she could make a play here. Ascent could make a play like a 1v4, but again, highly unlikely. She could pick off the Cypher, but she is unaware of the location. And again, at this point, very low on economy. They're going to be forced to save again. Now, when you're down in economy, it's just, this is the snowball that we were talking about right here. And even if they get picked off like that, they're hunting Aslo down, right? Because they can afford to get picked off.
There you go. That's
and we see the trade.
There you go.
There you go. That's a huge dent on the momentum of the attacker side. I mean, on the defending side, rather.
I mean, dude, if this isn't even a dent by this point, this is literally a fender bender. This is a complete total wreckage right now of the side of Team JCFC, and I feel for them. They're really putting their efforts, they're really putting everything to the test right now. But it seems like this Cuteboi lineup is someone to really watch out for. Now, of course, our invites have been based on mostly rosters that have stuck together through thick and thin. But, you know, this new Cuteboi roster, I'm very scared to see what this future in Valorant can really behold.
They are a very new team. They've been put together, I think, just in the previous week. So they haven't really been practicing for a long time, if I'm not mistaken. But they're showing some real chemistry here, showing a lot of potential.
Fudge though in the middle, already popping that Empress. Ching the God with another takedown. And really the Rays taking control everywhere and anywhere. Beats though will get that kill again. Real Prodigy, another kill there. And it seems like we can't stay on the Brainless right now. They both have the Empress available. And you know that glitch, Mr. Vyminal. We will have the really bad spectator bug, but gets him off instead. Gets the execution. That is going to be high time for another victory.
Very quick round right there. And again, this is the time that they have to switch things around. They did try Brain Freeze going to A Cubby, but that didn't really do that much. Cypher is still defending B, and they just keep doing the same executes over and over again because it keeps working, and they haven't found a counterplay. Now, what defines a great team in Valorant? It's not just about the aim or the default strategies. It's how fast you adapt to the enemy playstyle.
Hey, Brain Freeze again. Gonna be looking for a little bit more. He's always setting up with that size 6 Sam basically. He's just always setting up with that fault line, and in any case, it really is just such a tight defense right now for the defending side. Brave Freeze right now with the flashpoint again, hopping around just to die to the hand of Real Prodigy. And hey, the Reyna gonna be easily taking that orb, looking for the dismiss. Royal S sticking onto the side here though, and this Brimstone holding close by the middle side.
Now you see that they did try to switch things up on the defensive side. Now, but Real Prodigy, X-Guy, rather, chose not to smoke a cubby or anything for that matter. Because they're just that confident in being able to pick them off and winning the inputs.
Foolish. But Beats though actually
shot
getting
from
down. He finds that one out. Dubstep in the meantime with another takedown. There we go, a few shots there. And then Dubstep playing the long range game. And that is just a Sage doing all he can and more. 8-0. This is literally a train wreck waiting to happen by this point.
Absolutely amazing performance shown by Cuteboi here. Again, pretty much maxed out on economy. And for the side of JCFC, a couple of them won't be able to do the Sage especially won't be able to do a full buy. And again, having your hard support at a disadvantage like that, especially on defense, on 0-7 with 1 assist is really telling of how dominant the enemy team is.
Sage can't even do anything but die. There we go with the storm. Red gets him off, taking that boost yet again. And sneaky peeky goes Real Prodigy, staying very close, literally right beside Beats here. And it is going to be time for the aftershock to try and get some damage done. Cypher though gets the backstab on. Good flag there right there. Finally, the advantage here for JCFC as they get to at the very start.
Now this is a 5v3 situation. This should be a relatively easy round for them. Cypher on the lurk as per usual on the A catwalk with a bomb at the link.
In any case, more of that rotation. Got Fleek. So all around. Sky with another set of kills. And it still is going to be anyone's game. 2 versus 4 though. Still very difficult right now. But Dubstep gets a little bit more though. Aslo will get that takedown. Goodbye to the Reyna. Here comes the smoke. But that is going to be the Cypher trap. Catching that one out. X-Guy will fall down. And Beats now with a double trap there. Looking to really catch out Dubstep to begin with.
Now this is probably the first time in 8 rounds that the Cypher was actually able to lock down B main. And that was because of the numbers again. Really well played defense by JCFC. They really needed this round. Now, they could do a 4-8 here. A 4-8 score. And that really sets them up for a decent chance of winning the game on the second half. Now, I was talking about some other teams being more attacker-sided or more defensive-sided. Some teams are just better suited in terms of strategy for certain sides. And we could definitely see that happen from here. I've been through worse. I've had high rank games wherein I've gone 2-10, but actually made it a 13-10. You know, anything's possible. It's anybody's game.
Dude, the game doesn't end until you're at the 13 mark. But you know what is gonna end the life of Beats there? Just the operator again here from Dubstep, looking on the round in the middle of the map. Royal is still playing that Vandal long range, and he gets 2 things already. Make that a 3rd. The Brimstone doing all he can and more to really keep things up.
That was absolutely beautiful. A 3K right there from Royals. And here is what I'm talking about. They're finding their momentum. Even just one round can make a huge difference in team morale. And of course, maybe they're finding their rhythm here.
They have. I've seen them actually just be so strong with the rifle play. Out of nowhere, you see Royal S, you see Brain Freeze, you have Beats popping off out of nowhere. And in any case, it is going to be 5 open this right now, ready to go here for the side of JCFC. They really have to go for the comeback by this point. And it has to be a really, really long streak because you can see for Cuteboi, they've done all they can and more. Here comes a double boost. Ching the God trying to go for the shot onto Cubby. But unfortunately for him, Brain Freeze was already backed off to begin with.
Now this is the sort of adaptation that that I was talking about here. They're trying to counter the normal B main push that Cuteboi has been doing over and over again. So now they're trying something different. They're creeping on A long, yet the Cypher is lurking on B. So they might think an over rotate to B.
Gonna be a little difficult to
Being
see.
very quiet here.
You can see here that there's 3 on A. B, of course, covered with traps everywhere and anywhere. It really feels like Getsimov is stuck in a maze of sorts. But Royal S might be able to get a peek here onto Prodigy. No push as of yet. Will we finally witness Fleek and his first kill? Seems like a push though gonna be happening. There we go with the Lear already from the side of the Reyna. The shots do come in the middle. See, still no casualties from either sides.
This is what I was talking about. Look, they're split up. There's only 2 defending on A, but the bomb is already there. They're preparing for execution. But nobody's rotating yet from JCFC. And there goes the off your feet. When you see that, when you hear that, pretty much GG for the defending side.
You get stunned and you are out of position. But Roger, you're gonna be looking from the doorway, trying to find an angle or two. Dubstep already with the resurrection of the Ching, but it seems like Cuteboi is running out of time. And Real Prodigy gets a flag on Beats though from above. Does get 2. Prodigy again with another takedown. Here comes the Reyna right now, ready with the Empress. And well, they are gonna be looking to get on through yet again. 3 versus 1 though, very difficult for the Reyna in this scenario.
Quite a questionable wall there. I think the Sage was trying to wall off Heaven.
Well, you got a wall, you take what you can get, and that is just
You
gonna
take
be
what you
another
get.
round. Another round set up, and we are gonna have a 9-2 scoreline in favor of Cuteboi. It really feels like that Jay just have everything going under the sun by this point.
Now you see the Real Prodigy time and again carrying a lot of the weight on the fragging potential of a team. But finally we see him on a team with an even scoreboard, right? Everyone is fragging out, and this is where Real Prodigy, someone like Real Prodigy can really shine.
Sound like you're so proud of your former teammate, but Getsimov actually getting that first kill on the Brain Freeze. What's an entry frag? Yet again, Royal S back in his position. But in a scenario like this, it really feels like that middle fight is something that is worth watching out for, because Royal S actually catching out Sky there, leads to the takedown. There we go with the Lear. This time Prodigy gets the peek after the trade, and it's high time for the Empress. Maybe, just maybe, Prodigy can get even more kills. Cypher Cage is there. Ching the God already catching out the other Reyna, and this is forcing a rotation as B-side is under duress.
So now we have Beats and Fleek. With a Vandal, an Operator, and a Dream of defending 2 on 4. Now, the attacker team has 50 seconds, but they just choose to go with the kill. You don't have to think about strats or rotate if you can just eliminate the enemy.
Kill your opponent, you
Are
get that
on
win.
the last round.
Yeah,
We're
and
on
there
the last round. Let's see if we can get a 3 to 10.
Popping sides out right now,
No.
guys.
It's swapping sides, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're gonna be getting back into.
I can't, man.
You can't, Matt. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But it's now time for Cuteboi to go for the defense, and I'm very, very excited to see how this one's actually gonna go for them, especially from what they've shown so far in this game.
Okay. Again, I've been through something similar like this, 2 to 10, but I was able to manage to bring it around. So again, this is anybody's game. Let's not dismiss or declare a winner just yet. Again, it's not over until it's over.
Really is. And well, we'll be finding out very soon if this is going to be the beginning of the comeback here for Team JCFC, as they are going to be on high alert to go for the attack instead. But Beast already with that first kill, actually getting that one takedown. It is going to be a high time though for the Rays to be actually backing on out. We'll be find out very soon. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mr. Vyminal.
This is the snowball potential.
No, I've gotta say something, Mr. Vyminal. Riot has done it again. The buttons are flipped.
Right, is that again?
The buttons are flipped on the numbers.
Oh
my god. Every single patch, guys. But let's look at the action here. Braintree's gonna be pushing on forward again through to the B side. Market right now gonna have those members. Shing the God with the takedown. And Sky from the side. He is just gonna be this Omen again. Looking to do all he can and more. Sees the spike already there. It's gonna be high time for the chase. Royal Esto will get backstab. And victory here for Cuteboi. But back to my point. So every single patch, guys. Every single patch. There is something that Riot breaks in Spectator. Last time, it was that scoreline in the middle, right? This last time, and the colors are wrong, or is I'm really confused now. What is happening? So the scoreboard is wrong, and now the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are not in sync. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check out the positions, guys. From what I'm pressing, that is interesting, to say the least.
Wait, I think it's fixed now.
No, it's not. It's really not.
No, it's not.
It's difficult. So
Never
we'll
mind.
we'll
It's
be
the
just
opposite, yeah.
like, you know, we'll be finding how many kills we can get as we go. So here we go again. It is gonna be high time though for that fault line. Can be a little bit of an opening here. Satchel still from Ching the God to protect himself. And Dubstep with another takedown. Beat still trying to get in position. Dubstep is fragging out with that Marshall, and it really goes to show without that armor, it's so difficult. But it seems like even though there is armor for some of the members there of the side of the attack, it is just not gonna happen when Dubstep has his aim on point.
You have a Marshall that's very affordable as a weapon and can definitely be bought on round 2 after the pistol round. And again, you can really destroy with it if your aim is on point. Now we're gonna see it's gonna work out for Dubstep. 1v3 situation right now.
Can you really click those heads? It will make such a big difference. He's by the window right now of the Gardens, waiting for the Cypher to transition on forward, but they have an idea of what's happening, and the Ghost will not stand a chance there against that Spectre. Beats gets in the way. 3 kills there for the Cypher, and it seems like JCFC still in this fight.
JCFC knew he had a Marshall. You're not going to be able to chain kills just like that, so I think double, triple peeking was the best option right there.
Hey, but you gotta just commend what JCFC is doing right now here, Bim. It really goes to show that they still have some fight even in them. Even though they kind of fell apart on that defense, they are going to be looking to put up a little more on this attack. And I've seen for a number of players here and there, it's a lot easier to be on the attacking side rather than the defense. It's more straightforward, going on for objective rather than protecting it. And Asloman right now dodging all the CC there from both the Omen as well as the Raze as Braintrees gets that first kill.
Looks like they're going for an A split here with Reyna on the lurk on B main.
Shorty squad though, gets involved! Gets involved, gets a face full of bullets after missing the face full of buckshots. And that is gonna be another easy takedown. Dubstep though, in the middle, always scary. He's going for the self boost back, the barrier orb. Here we go with Sky right now, the one lurking into the Gardens. And Sneaky Peeky does it, but with only a classic, he will stand less of a chance. He got a little tap on the shoulder there. It's not gonna matter by this point. Royalist with another takedown. And well, there's advantage right now for the attacking side. Apparently the Aftershock even gets that kill. And with Dubstep, the only one left, looking to really hold on in the middle of the map. Ascent finally gets that flawless victory.
Now we are starting to see the momentum shift towards the side of JCFC. But let's not forget that they were on eco that round. So we're going to see a full buy round for both sides. It looks like JCFC is not opting to fully upgrade just yet. Unless the UI is bugging out for me.
They're buying. They're buying. Don't worry about it. They got some Phantoms. They got some Vandals, and it seems like
it's not showing up on my UI.
Okay, great. You know, Spectator and Valorant is always the best part. In all honesty, it really is. It's like a rodeo. It's like a lottery. Sometimes you have to figure out what breaks every single patch.
Esports ready, right?
Esports ready game.
Let's go.
Game. Like you can stop at game. Just not the Spectator. In all honesty. I can't even find where Dubstep is. I'm really trying to find him. Okay, he's my number one. He's my number one right now, so we'll find out very soon. Beats though will be the first one to get the push here on A side, already exposing his position, looking for a little bit of that short fire action. And it's high time for the Lyra, but he immediately broke it down up inside of Cuteboi. And Asloman actually gonna be able to get that takedown, gets him off, does get the counter kill, gonna get caught out by Fleek instead. High time for the Neural Theft right now. Dubstep gonna get caught out in the other side. And they have to bust down the wall here for the side of Cuteboi as JCFC has realized a really good take here on A.
Cypher opting to stay under heaven right here. The camera really expertly set up. Really good post plant we're seeing right now. You're gonna be having a hard time retaking this from heaven. I think the best option is to rotate from short.
The God though. Coming in from the doorway, who cares about that open door as it is going to be them going for the push. Beats though actually catching out one. A lot of free fire everywhere and anywhere. And apparently the guessing game is so strong here for the side of Cuteboi that they find out where their opponents are. They get the crossfire and Ching the God getting that defuse. Match point right now for the side of these former DS pros.
Man, that was a beautiful retake. That was really, it was looking dire for them on that retake, but they were able to just simply out-duel when it comes to aim.
No aim?
Let's see if
all aim,
no aim
actually here.
No.
All aim,
all aim
and all brain. They have been bringing out their brain game strong. Like, if you notice from round 1, they are really just executing on the strategy so quickly. They aren't basically toying with their opponents. They're really trying to execute as much as possible. And it really goes to show that even though they are a very new team in the Valorant scene, they have so much veterancy. Ching the God though, go for the showstopper, gonna be able to get on the way. And in all honesty, looking at the performance, the only reason they wouldn't be invited immediately is just the fact that this is literally their first tournament together that we have seen so far in Valorant.
Yeah, they're literally a new team. We are seeing some action right here in B main, going for the B execute. And looks like this guy is in trouble here, but manages to take down at least one.
And now it's 2 versus 3 advantage right now for the side of Cuteboi. And we'll find out very soon if the spike will actually get all again and more. High time right now for commit onto those ultimates. And there we go with the ball bang action. That's just so much damage being done to Fleek already. Might force him away from the box. Gets him up going for the push. Orbital strike out into play. And that is just gets him up getting burnt up to a crisp. But everyone has fallen. Victory will go to Cuteboi and they will take the first map in this best of 3.
That is game 13-4.
What a strong scoreline, Mr. Vim. It really just goes to show that Cuteboi is a team that is out for a reckoning. And well, that is just very well played there from the side of Cuteboi, taking that victory in such a really well-timed fashion. So we'll be sticking on with the scoreboard, guys, real quick. We'll be looking at that one. And something to note, though, Beats actually taking the top step, really trying to carry his team as much as possible, but as he keeps saying, Cuteboi very balanced in all regards.
Definitely. Now, I was really impressed by the performance of Beats throughout the whole game. He was really trying his hardest to just keep fragging out and securing the advantage for JCFC, and thus they were able to get at least 4 rounds in. Definitely a Valorant effort.
Valorant indeed. Just look at that streak though, Mr. Vim. We're showing the rounds right now. It's an 8-round streak before the first 2 victories there for the side of JCFC. But in any case, it really was just kind of a freight train. Even on that second half, with a 3-2 scoreline, they were the ones taking the majority of that one. And it really just goes to show a lot of strength for the side of these veteran players as we go back into our cameras. And you can see Mr. Vyminal's handsome attire.
Hello. I am back on camera.
We are back. we are here. We are now. We're gonna be getting next. What's up?
Yeah. Again, we apologize for the audio issues, guys. You know, such is the life of live broadcast, but we will do our best. And what's the second map? I believe we are moving on to Haven. Right?
Yep. And our defense attack gonna be side pick speed. They just need to figure out who's gonna be staying on here. Mr. Vim. Actually, nah. I think one of the players can just do defender per and come in. Okay, no problem.
Right.
No problem.
Okay.
And
side picks.
And we can get into our second game. So it seems like the side of JCFC choosing to play the defense again on the side of Cuteboi. They are going to be on the attack instead. And yeah, just a little bit more on that last game. What do you really think? from the side of what do you say? From the side of Cuteboi, what really is their biggest strength?
What really is their biggest strength is just their raw mechanical skill. I really believe that a new team like that, with the potential shown, like chemistry wise, I think it's because they have similar backgrounds in terms of esports, and that really shows in terms of their sort of chemistry, and of course their mechanical background as well.
Seems like it. It really feels that this team is just so on point with what they are doing.
Mhm.
They're so on point with understanding each other and exactly what they have to do. And I wouldn't be surprised if this team will really put all our invites, put everyone in the Valorant scene to the test. Because, well, this is only the first step before the big one this weekend. That is going to be, well, the first step to the Ignition series. And hey, you should keep an eye out for Cuteboi as we are going to be getting ready into game number 2. Defense again here for the side of JCFC. Cuteboi going to be on the attack. And Haven will be our map. 3-point affair, as we always say. And what can you notice about Haven that might give an edge to one or other team?
Hmm. Again, it's another very large map, and having an intel like maybe Sova, predicting where the enemy's going to execute right off the bat is a really, really big advantage. If you don't have a Sova or a Cypher on this map, it's going to be really tough to defend right here. Also, maintaining garage control is very important. If you give up garage, C site is so easy to take. So you definitely have to have a strong garage defense.
Seems like it. It really feels like for Haven, actually, it's also about those long handles. A long, C long, very, very important to just take note of. Really having that intel to have an idea of what side your opponent is going to be coming from really takes the cake. And in scenarios like that, when you play the long angles like A, C, and even into the middle of B, really is just going to be looking to see who has better range game. And what we've seen from Cuteboi right now, they can tap from any kind of distance. Short, medium, long, even from across the map, even from maybe even another
Yes.
map. I wouldn't be surprised if you see an operator shot and hit someone else in a different game. But damn,
Wouldn't be surprised at all. And you know that Cute Boy has a very strong main opper. And for that reason, this is Prodigy's favorite map. So we'll see how he plays this out.
and we'll just be loading into Haven right now. I like the new loading screen actually. It's pretty cool to see. It has a little bit of the new map. It has a little bit of what is going on. And it seems like it's high time to move into the game. Let's get into this one. Match point for Team Cuteboi.
All right. So we see the JCFC is going the exact same lineup from the previous game.
Gonna be going
Except-
again with this
yeah.
feat. It really feels like for JCFC, it's all about comfort right now. But something to take note, there is no more Sage. And this is the first time I've ever seen a tournament without a
Right.
medic in a lineup.
Now, a lot of other people say Sage is overrated, but again, we've seen that in a variety of pug matches that they don't play Sage. They go all out offensive. But we'll see how that works.
Dude, Quad Duelist, my favorite lineup. But here we go, Brain Freeze trying to get away from that Pain Shells immediately. It is going to be the high time though for the side of Team Cuteboi to bring out the Duelist. So they are going to be running the triple Duelist composition with the Omen and the Sage. For them, it's all about execution right now. It's all about running into their opponent. And it really is just going to be a hard force looking slam down against the side of JCFC. Spike already planted. Even though they have lost one, they are in position to take this round. But Asselman actually catching out Dubstep there. X-Guy now with a counter kill. C-Long defense though very safe, but sneaky peeky comes Brain Freeze.
Was actually really interesting plant right there. So you saw the Omen plant the bomb and then teleport back away. Really strong defensive showing right here by JCFC.
Dorado trying to survive, but looks to get on the way. Danger close, Brain Freeze right in the face of the Phoenix. And the defense now will be taking that one. JCFC winning that one out with a proper defuse. More utility going better in their ways.
Now, usually when it comes to the first couple rounds, you use it to read the enemy, see where certain agents play on their team comp, and just try to get a feel for how they play out the map. Early on in the meta during closed beta, you often see players just throw the second round by a Molly Brimstone, for example. And a lot of players don't do that anymore. even if you lose the first round.
Really is. You always look for the fight, especially because you don't get ult charge anymore for committing suicide. So it really puts you in quite a hole. Spike though has been left there immediately. Already danger close here for the side of the attacking side. And Cuteboi does have a Stinger, does have a Marshall, and a bunch of sheriffs in their wake. Beats though actually getting the beat down on the Real Prodigy, looking for the Omen immediately. Asloman might be the one to first spot things out, but Sneaky Peeky does it. And into the hole we go. Asloman gets him out, draining blows immediately. The Omen right now trying to get in position. And X-Guy finally seeing his opponent. Beats will get that takedown. Everything is going in favor of the defense so far with a 4-2 advantage.
Look at that. Really, really strong defense on the second round. Now, Cuteboi did force buy. Gets him up with a Marshall and full armor. Let's see if he can take down at least one. And he gets taken down by Brain Freeze.
No, I always hate getting brain freeze, but right now I do think that Team JCFC is enjoying having this man in their roster. And it's really interesting. Who needs the Sage on both sides? It's all about getting damage done. First time, really. This is a first ever for me to see such an interesting lineup on the defense. But for the side, of course, of the attack, Cuteboi will still have that res value. They'll have that triple duelist, especially the dubstep jet, where he just decides to run on in as much as possible. X-Guy, the only one controlling with smokes, but it really does have that flank value. So in essence, it's really just pure offense right now for the attacking side. And it's very worrisome that Cuteboi has lost the first 2 rounds on the side that they should be winning out things on.
Now, exactly, this is what I was talking about. It's round 3, and they still have gun advantage because they force spot the second round. If you lose the force buy, you're automatically losing the third round. But
there's still a chance. There's always a chance when you are Team Cuteboi.
You get 1D.
I'll get Mr. Vim, when you say something sometimes, and it's a little too serious and a little too sure, that is where things fall apart. The Caster's Curse might be in effect, but as it seems that the gun advantage is going back in favor of the side of the defense, this is just going to be high time for Brain Freeze to really hold the angle here. So it is an interesting showing in all honesty, as Real Baji should get the flank here, misses the shots immediately, but eventually does get rid of Brain Freeze. And it really feels like as Prodigy gets another kill, that this is a match that for Team Cuteboi, they are expected by many to win this one out. And for every single round, every single time JCFC is putting up a fight, I think that they are upping their stock value because they're relatively unknown compared to their opponents. And they have been surprising us with some good plays here and there. And here on Aven, with a 2-0 advantage, that is a really good start for them, especially as they lost out Ascent pretty handily.
They're definitely the underdog in this matchup, so to speak. So we're seeing a lot of impressive showing from JCFC.
Though, trying to really go for the baits. Herbal immediately into play. Ching the God though, not gonna fall for it. Double sheriffs now ready to go.
You're playing time right now.
They have to. It really is just that gun advantage again. Ching still staying on flank right now. Gonna get that takedown, and Fleet is deciding, never mind, I'm just gonna go for the kill. And if he only did that a little earlier, he might have actually gotten this round, but I could say though, really smartly done by the side of Cuteboi. They play it out, they play the timer, and they use the position on C long to get the advantage and take a round back.
We're going to be seeing a full buy from Cuteboi right now. From both sides, definitely. And this is going to be indicative of how the next few rounds will probably play out.
Really feels like that's just how it is sometimes. When you do get the buys, though, from the attacking side, this is going to be looking very, very scary, to say the least. Cuteboi, though, it's going to be a 2-2-1 push. Can Royal S actually see someone coming? Immediately, though, gets him over the first takedown. Brain Freeze will go fall. And here comes the push right now onto the C side. 3 duelists and a dream. There we go with a dash on in. And that is just going to be Dubstep getting that takedown. Forcing the Brimstone here on the east side. Gets him all. Will get another kill as the jet falls. And still sneaky peeky, though. It is going to be high time for Beats to maybe get the tap on. Goodbye to gets him up there as Spike is planted.
2v2 situation. Beats just definitely fragging out here. The Omen is right there in C long. Pretty far away from the bomb. It's not planted for him. And he gets taken
Beats.
down by the operator.
That's a
Nice shot
4K.
by Beats.
That's a 4K right there from Mr. Beats. And he has woken on up. It really just goes to show that with a little bit of changes here on Haven, it feels like this is a completely different team. And Beats again showing up for his squad. Gives back the operator there to Brain Freeze. And in all honesty, I do feel like this triple duelist composition right now might be the side of Cuteboi taking their opponent a little too lightly after a really strong map. But I do believe that I've seen them actually play things out before, also on Haven, and in triple duelists on triple points, they can kind of force out 1v1s that might lead it to their favor. So it makes sense, but really that utility value, Mr. Vim, I do say that it is very, very important even on a map like this.
Definitely. Definitely agree with you there. Again, post plant having a Sage is really strong. So for JCFC, if they're on the executing side, we'll see how that plays out. But I think they're gonna be at a disadvantage.
Right now on the defense, they have a lot of gadgets that really slow down the offensive. The Breach, of course, the Cypher, all very, very interesting. The Brimstone with the Molly, but Prodigy doesn't care about his opposition. Gets the takedown immediately. Here comes Sky, though. Runs in front of Royal S. Easy takedown there, courtesy of the Brimstone. And when you go for that Shrouded Step and you have that Vortex of Doom just going all over you, the winds of change will lead to your takedown because you don't have your gun out. And speaking of the guns, it's going to be a knife fight here, but Brain Freeze with the shutdown right now, holding a very long angle to see. Phoenix so close though, doesn't get the angle, but Astroman already getting 2 instead.
Yeah, another very strong defense. Another round for JCFC.
4-1 scoreline, a completely different story. And for the Cuteboi fans, they might just be figuring out what the hell is this team doing. There we go with the Vandal bias though. It's going to be high time for the Phantom. And for me here on Haven, Vandal might be a lot better than Phantom in a few regards here and there. If it really is, of course, depending on your control, but just the whole distance of Haven and its lengthy straights, it really just goes for that one-tap potential for far range.
Here we have an operator in C-Long. He's playing a bit of an off-angle Brain Freeze. He might get a pick here. We are anticipating the operator at C-Long, so the firewall goes there, and they're faking it. They might go for a garage to execute.
Guys still looking around on A. Lurking a little bit to try and catch out that Cypher, maybe? Goes for the shot. Fleek knows someone is there, but decides against to go for the chase. And yeah, you know, it's really just about being sneaky peeky here for both sides. They're trying to make an opening here for him. And I think that they are looking to really angle themselves on A. But as confirming the Cypher right now is on this side, they might be thinking twice. And maybe, just maybe, it's going to be Ching the God instead of getting the first frag. Never mind, Brain Freeze still controlling that really long straight with the operator.
And he's really patient holding down that C site. Right, he was anticipating the fake or maybe the rotation of the execute. They have a lot of time and anything can pretty much happen.
I realize here for the defensive side, they're playing in such a way that they understand the composition of their opponent. They're playing these angles as the Orbital Strike is going to be coming already. There we go with the burn. Immediately, Fleet does get that kill though onto A. And this is just a big zone already. There is no one there defending that spike. It is going to be time for Cuteboi to really try to go for the retake of on their own plans. And well, gets him up hanging on to the south side. That is just going to be smoke value there. Going for a little bit more. Showstopper into play. Real Prodigy gets 1, 2 versus 2 right now. And this is the Brain Freeze show. He has gotten 3 so far. And he gets a 4th to really capitalize on the lack of utility on the other side.
That was absolutely devastating. Now, we rarely see a double operator on the defensive side. I mean on the offensive side. But on the defensive side, double operator can really work, especially in a map like Haven, where operator really gets a lot of value because of those lengthy straights.
Brain Freeze, this man is just gonna be your worst nightmare. When eating that yummy cone of ice cream, he just shows up, snipes the cone away from you, drops down ice cream, and even gets your head along with it. 11-2 right now for this op man. And in all honesty, Cuteboi has to play this a little better compared to before. Jing the God now right now though with the run it back. They're trying to play the aggressor immediately. Looking on around, sees a little bit of the peak. And that is just a headshot there to connect, but that is the running back going down as Dubstep instead flies on in and gets rid of Asselman, opening made onto the garage.
Looks like they're setting up for B once again, but the bomb still is at spawn. They might just go for a pick here and rotate.
Royal S and
Again,
Beats.
another strong defense.
That's a crossfire right there, Mr. Vim. If I've ever seen one. Two going down on B side. And Chang the God just getting smoked out again. You can really see the difference. They are relying on Sky to give them a little bit of an opening, but it's just so difficult. You have one every, what, 40 seconds after using the first two. And for the Omen, he's really trying his best as much as possible. Sees Royal Esto, leads to the takedown. Shrouded step right now to get on through to the other side. And it seems like Brain Freeze right now finally gonna get caught. Good take here on C side. 3 versus 2. Advantage for Team Cuteboi.
Let's see how they do the retake. They do have a bit of info with camera, but it is walled up. Unexpected boost right there, but Fleek manages to flick to this guy.
Wall is there, set
I
on
think
up.
he's about to save.
Fleek will be deciding to get the hell out of there. Yoinks the operator away. And just, I do like the exit there on C side. It really feels like for the side of Cuteboi, they were able to set up in a way that they set up that wall, they got the teleport on, and really took advantage of the fact that on the side of the defense, they really are playing safer angles, Mr. Vim. With all the utility in the world and more, you can see like the Brimstone right is on the eastern flank of B rather than holding close. It's just because he has that smoke in his advantage rather than his opponent who has to really walk on in. But this time, the walk-in department just works out, and it's gonna be gets him off, and the rest of the crew hightailing it out of there for a Spike plant victory.
So do you think this could be a momentum shift, Mr. Daks, for Cuteboi?
I think I need to see just a little more after that. Cuteboi has proven to be really a strong showing. But in all honesty, I have noticed that they do need to do more to really take these sites. They struggle to get on through unless they're really evenly trading. And well, that is where the difference happens in the first place.
Now, you mentioned earlier that JCFC is looking like a completely different team from what we saw in Ascent. And they're looking really strong.
Aftershock though, dubstep, trying to stay away from that one. And Brain Freeze right now on the operator on the high ground. Shots come already from the Jet. Dubstep will fall in the field of battle. And seems like it is going to be that race trying to go for a little bit of that wallbang action. But sneaky peeky Fleek right now by A short. 1v1 again between Sky as well as the Cypher. And the Cage right now just really verifying his position there.
Cover going out.
Gets him up, gets a pick, goes for the A execute.
Dim beacon here.
Now this is the power of the stage right here. For the execute and the post play. But again, that's the power of the breach.
That's the power of high
And
ground.
gets-
Royal S gets to Brain Freeze with one more. And another good showing here. Really just goes to show, Mr. Vim.
Brain freeze?
Brain Freeze
He's
is
just dominating.
He's insane. And it really feels like for them, as soon as they get things going on a spot, it really isn't just like utility, it's just everything they can throw at it. It's like an abstract painting,
Right.
but it's really going to be going for $1 million by this point. And Royal S, Brain Freeze really doing all they can to litter the battlefield with all the utility in the world.
Now normally it's pretty hard to imagine defending a site without a sage to slow them down, right? But it's working out for them so well because, man, these operators are just doing a hell of a lot of work.
Okay, still Beats right now in the middle again. We'll see though if this is going to be high time to have Brain Freeze actually get that kill. Yes, he does. First one to get the peak, first one to get that takedown. Royal S immediately going for a big push. And a lot of confidence this time here from Team JCFC.
Who trained you?
You get a 5v3 man advantage for JCFC once again. Sage looking on A, trying to get a pick on the Cypher, but gets taken down. It's like they're gonna be forced to just try and damage the economy as much as possible.
The operators made. Oh, it's time for the satchel and Brain Freeze using that distraction to get rid of Dubstep. Absolutely ridiculous stuff here from the defense. And where was this team a while ago? Where was this JCFC? As they have proven they can really put up a fight against Cuteboi in a scenario like this.
Beats out here playing Quake. That's something really fun about Raze. It's just that you can basically be creative with how you fly around the map with your satchels.
sneaky peeky. And just surprise, surprise, flying on in Aslaman. Royal S though gonna be looking for the push, and really just utter confidence right now from Team JCFC. Prodigy hanging on to the south side. Here we go again though with Ching the God as well as the Jet of Dubstep. And it really just feels like this time, at least the attacking side gonna be putting up fights with their own operators, putting really our Brain Freeze Breach to the test.
Are they gonna get a pick at C long? Normally, if you get a pick at C long, you're gonna try to go for the execute right off the bat. But they're just not overpeaking. They're just holding angles, which is really, really smart on defense. They're going for the C split with Raze and Phoenix in the garage, and 3 on C long with a bomb as well.
Yeah, hard commit looking like it. There we go already with the curveball, allowing Garage to be taken. Braid Free still dropping on down, giving Long away for a little bit. But there we go with the peek, and Dubstep, the one who gets a quicker trigger finger of Aslaman hanging on back. Already execute time. There we go though with the Devour, interesting enough. Doesn't go for the disengage. Still gonna be high time for Prodigy to get rid of beats there. And that is just gonna be corner of Royal S going down to the hand of Dubstep. 1 versus 3. And this is where the attacker side really has its strength. Real Prodigy even with a takedown. And finally, it's another victory here for Team Cuteboi as they take another good angle here on C side.
That was a spicy one tap, if I've ever seen one.
How spicy? Like from a scale of 1 to 10. Was that a ghost pepper?
Like on a Scoville, a Scoville unit scale, it's probably like 10 million. That was
10 million
Not
and
gonna
a
lie.
half. Dude, I just say though,
Yeah.
a ghost pepper for me would be a 360 no scope operator shot penetrating onto 2. That's what we're looking for, okay? That's what we're looking
720
for.
no scope,
7
4K no scope.
This is Call of Duty now, guys. This is gonna be a run and gun action. But speaking of the run and gun, here comes Beats already at the front line. But keep an eye out, as that is gonna be Prodigy going down. Not gonna happen there with the stem beacon into play. And Fleek right now does have that operator, I believe. Ching the God though, and gets him off another set of kills. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Sneaky Peeky does it. A lot of shots onto the doorway though. And this time Sky is the one looking to find the angle. Gets a Cypher and execute Fleek on the spot.
Shadows traveling.
And they did expect the operator to be a mid window, and they were successful at shutting it down. But it seems that they put too much attention on the mid window,
Kill my ally.
and mid worse was able to take them down.
This is
Easy round right there.
This is the Cuteboi I have been looking for, Mr. Bim. This is how strong they can execute. This is how strong they can really push. And it seems like they have been woken up and they have been a slumbering dragon for far too long. The beast is awoken and this is going to be really, really scary. It's not an impressive scoreline whatsoever from the side of Cuteboi. But again, it's solidarity. 7-6-6-6-5. It really just goes to show that they are so even. There is no weak link, as you say. There is no star player. But right now, who's looking like a star? Brain Freeze with 16 kills and the operator again on C side.
Most definitely. And again, for the side of Cuteboi, this is the
Joke's
adaptability
over.
that I was
You're
talking
dead.
about. They're trying to change their executes, trying to change their rotations, trying to adjust for the defensive side.
They are trying to get on the way.
And there's very little you can do when you get flashed like that.
Beats actually getting rid of Dubstep there. The Phoenix already trying to come on back, but doesn't see the raise in the first place. And well, high time for the push. Gets him off, still sticking on, puts the wall already. It's really, really interesting to go for that vertical wall. Doesn't really go for the lift. It's trying to separate them, but the spike has been dropped. And it's looking very difficult as, oh my god, from afar, Brain Freeze with another takedown. And as we are waiting for Getsimov as well as the Reyna to meet each other in pitch combat, it seems like the Omen is just having an excursion on A side, having no spike in his hands, and just allowing, well, himself to really enjoy his time there as Fleet catches him in the act.
Looks like they're gonna try to go for a few picks here. They're gonna attempt to at least get the plant off. 3v5. It is
Cover going
absolutely winnable. But it's gonna be tough.
And they realize though that A side is pretty secure besides of course the Cypher and its traps. And for Sky, at least he's in position there in the first place. Gets him off though. I believe he's hiding behind the crate right now. Sees 1, sees 2. And now it's time to execute 1 and 2. Immediately it is going to be a fall apart there. Looking for a third, but Asaman wins that one out. X-Sky beating his rival again in pitch combat there on A side. But out of nowhere, it's now 2 versus 2. And the Empress looking mighty scary on this last round in this half.
Absolutely beautiful patience play by Getsimov. The discipline on the trigger finger really played out well.
Ooh, Brain Freeze. That's a free shot there.
Brain freeze.
Look for another one. Sky though comes back. That's a little unfortunate because I believe that was a cancel. Aslaman shows up instead to get that takedown. And this is reminiscent of Ascent here, Vim. But the scores have been swapped. And it's now the side of the defense with the 4 points advantage as we swap sides, and JCFC now going to be on the attack.
Pretty curious to see how Cuteboi will try to defend against a very aggressive lineup. Again, without a Sage. So it's extremely explosive. You got smoked to block off Heaven or maybe a few entrances, and then you have the nades from Raze. And then you get flashed by Breach. What do you do?
You die.
Let's see.
I think that's what's gonna happen. You just die.
What do you do?
It feels like if the side of the attacking side right now of JCFC actually decides to split up, that's where it's gonna fall apart. But if they decide to play as a team, if they decide to work together, as you know what you would expect, as the numbers have been reversed again to a very random order, it's just gonna be too imposing. Because here we go right now with the bum rush onto A side. Where is the Cypher? There we go. It's Fleek gonna be pushing on forward. The rest of the crew really wants his revenge against the Omen. Already a teleportation though to get on away. And it's gonna be a skirmish here on A as gets him off, gets the first blow, and looks for another set of targets.
So many utilities.
2 for 2. There we go with a flash. And that is just Brain Freeze getting a takedown again. Free kills right here, right now. Prodigy with another kill this time. Asselmando on the board. And that is just going to be a cleanup crew. My name is JCFC. 9-4 scoreline. And all I got to say is it's really interesting that our multiple duelist composition doesn't have the blind, doesn't have that Lear per se on the duelist. Sure, they have the Omen who can go for the paranoia. But in a scenario like that, you want everyone shooting as much as possible.
And again, even a well-placed paranoia can probably put your teammates at risk because it does blind teammates as well. You got the Phoenix, which can also potentially flash your teammates. So, unlike the Reyna, which is a Lear that is a one-sided blind, so you get a lot of value from that. With this lineup, you really have to be explosive. You just go all in. You don't really play for picks early on.
And look at that, beats with a beautiful transition and sees the Omen immediately. Goodbye to Sky. Sky is the limit, but he will get limited down there. Beats right now in position again to do even more. He's bringing in the beat down as much as possible. It's a beautiful RPM here as 3 x 4. No need for the spike. It's just execution on the spot. And with all the utility in world and more, it's not just about getting the smokes. It's not about getting the flashes. You can see there from the Raze, literally playing a hop, skip, and a jump to get all the way to A side.
This is like shock and awe. Like absolutely insane pacing from JCFC, and I'm absolutely blown away.
Here. It really feels like it's just such an explosive sort here from JCFC. They have found a little bit more on their identity, even without that Sage. And I've seen, of course, that there have been rumors, there have been also instances that there has been less Sage play because of all of the changes in the first place. But there you go, Sky on the high ground has to get on the way because he's immediately smoked out here, Vim.
He's just flying across A long, going for another A execute. They're just gonna keep on doing it until they can do a counter play.
First, you don't succeed, try again, but first, when you do succeed, you go again and again and again until your opponent actually gets it right. There we go, though, with the boom bot being set up. Here comes Beat still holding this angle, and there we go with the peak. This time, though, he will get torn apart by a hail of bullets. And well, Dubstep gonna be pushing on forward, gets him off, gonna be there as well. It's time for the Cloud Burst yet again, 1-for-1 trade so far. And who is left on the other side? It's Brain Freeze trying to get a Tremor on with that fault line. Gets one, gets rid of Dubstep, gets him all rather, but Dubstep comes from the side, steps on his opponent, and finally it is gonna be the success here for Team Cuteboi. It's a 10-5 scoreline this time.
Now that was a really smart counterplay right there. And that's the adaptability that I was talking about. Again, a very explosive lineup that's super aggressive. You gotta punish that in some way. And how do you punish that? You triple peek, you double peek. You don't go in one by one and try to outduel when things are just blowing up in your face, right? So again, it's really smart. Really changed the way they retook this site.
They learn pretty fast, in all honesty. Earlier on, they were at a gun disadvantage. That one, it was more even. But now it is going to be 4 Vandals and a Spectre versus 3 Vandals. A Bulldog and a Spectre here. Still, though, pretty good scoreline there for Get Someone with 11-13. Hasn't really been the best showing here from the side of Cuteboi. But it is going to be high time for the attack side to do even more. Blink now, Sats gets him off, though. And that is just going to be a beautiful push there from the Sage to take him in the face.
Man advantage. Now on in favor of no team. Okay, now in favor of Cuteboi. still winnable. Let's
Royal
see if he can
S.
pull off a clean clutch here.
Can he actually do it? Sky is in the middle. We do have Dubstep lurking around by the double doors. And who can actually get the peek on who first? That's Jet! Getting that takedown. The dragon becomes him, and Royal S consumed by the spirit of the gun. That is just a 6-10 scoreline. Still a chance here for Cuteboi to actually go for the comeback, because at least now they are playing out their guns, they are playing out their rifles to the best degree, and that's what I'm talking about. They are just so suited for these mid-range combats.
Again, still anybody's game, but it appears that JCFC is going to try for that explosive A execute once again.
Find out though very soon.
Let's see.
If it's gonna happen. What do you think is the most important parts of the A execute here for the attacking side, Mr. Bim? For the side of JCFC? Is it really the Rays hopping around like this? Is it the smokes? Is it the Lear per se? But before you get into that, it's already so quick to transition. There is no point to talk, because Skydo is gonna be able to get on it. Skydo will go down. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Here comes the push though from the defense, and Prodigy shows up just to kill everyone immediately.
It just can't work anymore. You know, you read like a book, and if you keep doing it over and over again, you just know exactly how to do it.
Astroman though actually getting 1, 2, 3. Oh, he gets the ace! He has gotten the ace! Out of nowhere! Astroman is the survivor. He lives. He is really the tribe's choice to win that one out. And I was not expecting that. It was just 1, 2, 3. Dominoes have fallen, and Astroman is there to pick up the pieces. 2016, 15, 12, and 9 there for the attacking side. It really has been an amazing show from the attacking side. JCFC has shown that they are still here. They are still in contention. And in all honesty, Cuteboi will have to rethink their next approach coming into map number 3 if this keeps up.
Now, we saw that even in the previous match, the JCFC has a lot of fragging firepower across the entire team.
Joke's over. You're
They're
dead.
not to be undermined.
Puching the God though, deciding to just push forward like he can, and decides to go for the takedown. Window peeks, gets him up, sneaky peeky, yoinks the Vandal on the way, turns around to try and get the takedown, but Beats will get that kill instead. And that's just easy does it here. X-Sky doesn't want to overcommit, but it's 3 into the window right now, I believe. We'll be able to see the raise, easy transition takedown, and now this is the Omen trying to get the hell out of there.
Shadows traveling.
Dark cover? Okay, just guessing game. Astroman will be falling there. Sky is just able to try and clutch it out. A bullet and a dream right now. Gonna be the only thing left between Brimstone and Demise here. And it really just goes to show it. They just have such a good idea of where their opponents are, even if they are in the smoke in a way. It's, you know, it's a good approximate, but they really understand what direction they're coming from.
Oh, this is a very risky play. We're seeing Dubstep trying to hunt them down. If he gets one tap by the Vandal, you know, he could potentially loosen up. And again, at a very even economic situation, this could be very, very scary. But again, he's just holding an angle here. So they're probably going to wait for bomb plant, for spike plant, and see if they can retake it.
10 seconds left though. Royal says
does he have
has
time?
to. He has to make it. He'll make it if he runs. He'll make it if he runs.
Yeah.
If he'll make it if he actually
4
plants it now.
seconds.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We're in the clear. So we're gonna be getting a little bit more. Goodbye. That's it.
Just in time.
That's it. Just in time. Yoink.
That, at least they get like 300. Is that 200 to 300 extra credits?
Okay. Dubstep. Dubstep. Okay, dubstep.
With the fake-
Styling. This guy
Like
is
that.
styling. This guy is styling as much
This
as
guy.
possible. He knew exactly. You read them like a fiddle. And since the Blade Storm is in hand, even Yoing's away the operator. Really good showing there from the Jet, just understanding where the direction was coming from. 7-11 scoreline though. It's still Cuteboi in the hunt, but just 2 more here for the attacking side of JCFC. Will we see a victory here for the attacking side right now?
I wonder which site they're going to try to take. Are they going to be playing for picks right now, or are they going to be still doing that explosive execute? Again, we were asking earlier, like, what's important for an execute in A or maybe B or C. You just gotta smoke off the entry points and basically shut them down with Raze's nades.
And Real Prodigy actually getting the kill there. Here we go yet again. Brain Freeze though with the counter. And it's a pretty good Egan run so far. They get the first kill. They are transitioning over to B already. And well. Vandal in the hands of Beats. Looking to really get rid of the Sage there. Hasn't Leo gets him off. Is that is going to be a takedown immediately. Back on that though. The wall is still into play. And well, it really feels like in a scenario like this, it's going to be a B-back defense from the side of Cuteboi.
Man, so much value out of this eco round. Vandal in full armor for Beats. Brain Freeze does go down at the hands of Dubstep. Now a 3v3.
B-side though. It's all about B-side right now. They have the spike ready to go. They are looking to really get in position for this one. Orbital Strike to clear things out. And now they can't plant. Now they can't plant. Now they can. Now they can. It's like, can you please laser a little further than that? The blaze is in hand. Here we go already from the shadows. And we'll see who's going to be the first one to get a peek on who. As Jing actually falls in the hand of Fleek there.
That was a Ghost versus Vandal. But again, only two. You only need like basically 2 bullets to kill the Ghost.
So sad. Royal S was trying to be as slippery as possible, but just doesn't happen. Dubstep though gets a little bit of the revenge there. Gets the headshot with the Ghost itself. And where is the showstopper? Comes on through. Dubstep gets blown apart, and it's 1v1 right now. There we go with the spike getting stuck, but the Omen decided to get off it, and it's just gonna be a firing squad here from X-Guy to get that victory. But can he get the defuse in time? Yes, he does. Oh, that was so close. That was absolutely close there for side of Cuteboi.
Super close, high risk, high reward by Dubstep. Really smart move to have that spike.
Well. All I gotta say there is really pesky stuff. Really smart by the side of, well, Erase there. But X-Guy winning that one out at the last moment. It was a really good econ though, and it does bring back the side of JCFC. Oh, nice Cypher trap. Never mind though. Here already, interesting utility usage at the very start. Push coming in from the attack side immediately. And what is the plan here for the defense? Who's going to be the first one to get the frag as Getsimov is getting the boost on and has the operator in his clutches.
They might go for a garage push here, or maybe C long.
It might be just looking for an angle. They do have a little bit of a hook here on C. We'll see if, of course, the Breach can actually bait out the shot with a little bit of a shoulder peek there. And then Brain Freeze, though, doesn't have the operator in his clutches. He is dealing with it from the other side. And who's going to be the one first pushing who? That's going to be the real question. As here comes the Breach jumping on through. Gets him up already, taking care of business there. Rolling Thunder, though, going to be in the play. Shots keep on coming. Showstopper right now from the other side. And that's just going to be a flash in the pan. Prodigy actually catching an awesome man there. 1 versus 1, though. Ching the God going to fall in the hand of Brain Freeze. And we'll see right here, right now, if Gets him up can survive. As this is going to be an interesting take. As the 2 raises get some kills there. Oh, the taps are so strong here, Mr. Vim. Beats again showing up in full force, but we are gonna see potentially a clutch here from X-Guy again. He gets another one. It's another 1v1 between the Rays as well as the Omen. And who can take on who? Who will find the angle here? It's time for the dark cover. Try and get the bait. And Beats getting the 4th kill. What a flick there from the Rays.
What a shot by Beats. Man, this guy. Who is this man?
Wow. And let's actually try out if this works. I don't know if this is ready yet, Mr. Vim, but yep, we got it going. You got the replays. Okay, so the replays isn't working.
Oh, we got the replay. Here we go. Production value.
Yes, sir. We're still on basically beta. We are not ready with all our overlays yet, guys. In all honesty, we are in like halfway done with.
We're testing our systems. We're refining. We're trying to improve each time.
Yeah, the core. But in any case, here we go again. And it is the El Clasico here, Mr. Vim. It is the 8-sig. And X-Guy will have to deal with everything coming his way.
They weren't expecting another explosive take. They're looking to end this right here, right now. We'll see how this is going to play out.
2 kills already. What a push so far from the side of the attack. And they are going to be looking for the plant immediately. Spike, though, is ready to go. Dubstep going to get caught out by Royal S there. And Prodigy trying to really get this angle, but the Cypher Cage gets in the way. Operator in his clutches gets rid of Fleek there. What a shot immediately. And can Prodigy actually bring out the beats and the beatdown? That's going to be the question here. Is it going to be high time, though, for the race to really get the clutch on? That's going to be the real statement. As that's the boom bot actually getting rid of Prodigy, not paying attention enough. And that are the dreams of a 2-0 going to waste there for Cuteboi as JCFC shows up to get a victory back.
What an amazing showing from JCFC. They get a Valorant effort from Cuteboi as well, but what an explosive game. That was probably one of the most intense matches I've ever seen in Valorant history. Like, you don't see a lineup like that without a stage and play like super explosive, super aggressive, and it was really, really fun to see.
Beats, though, again at the top of that scoreboard. Brain Freeze right behind him. Not the best showing there from Cuteboi, but I gotta say, though, it's a very, very experimental lineup. And if we see something a little more standard, it might be a lot better from them in terms of performance. But this is a very handy victory here for Team JCFC. They have proven that they still belong in this match. They still belong into the group stage. And overall, it really feels like that they are coming in from not here the Metro, but all the way from another side. And it really has been a very, very interesting bout so far. So, Mr. Vim, any highlights of that game? Especially, though, we saw that ace from the Reina, but what really was a defining factor, as
Right.
we keep saying, for that victory there for JCFC?
Now, I think they were really having a hard time punishing the aggression of Beats, for example. Like, Beats would just fly across the map, get a pick or two, and his teammates would be right behind him trying to execute the site with all the utilities going out. I think that was really the defining factor of how they were able to take the decisive victory here.
It was. It really
Of
was.
course, yeah.
I do think that the utility, though, was such a big advantage. Abilities are important. This isn't Counter-Strike, guys. This is everyone does different things. And in a scenario like this, well, just everything that the side that, well, JCFC threw at their opponents, I just gotta say that was enough for them to really take footholds on many different points.
And it shows that they've studied the different maps. They have different compositions for the maps and different playstyles as well. And I believe we're going to split, and we are going. I'm really curious to see what they bring to the table. Do they have another ace up their sleeve? And of course, the same goes for Cuteboi. Do they have an ace up their sleeve for split as well?
Okay, so give us a second, guys. We'll be setting this one up, but as we go into split, any ideas for any plans from either side?
Any plans from either side? Again, I'm expecting a lot of one-way action in split. You got Viper one-ways. You got Cypher one-ways that can really lock down B main and basically forces the enemy team to just keep pushing mid control or go A site, go A execute, and completely ignore B main. Because B main is such a small choke point that if you do a one-way setup there, you're basically dead. You're done for. There's no way you're getting through there.
Can you spell dead?
Dead,
Dead.
dead, dead.
Dead.
D-E-A-D, dead.
Dead.
D-E-D.
D-E-D. D-E-D. Dead. You know what's dead? My computer is dying. So, again, we are...
What? What's going on?
No. It's the usual. It's the usual. Wait. I can't see you. You can't see me. Okay, I turned on the other monitor. So I have a second monitor now, guys. It's very cheap. And it was just given to me as a gift, actually, from some of the members of the community. So I'll really appreciate it. It's a good backup before I send this old baby in, because it is actually, sputtering apart. As we are waiting for Cuteboi to just give us if they are going to be on the attacking or the defending side. But so far, I can see
Alright.
the advantage there for Cuteboi. Like, you can really see that they are the favorites. You can really see that they are technically better than their opponent, especially in fragging out and executing. But
Mhm.
if JCFC is just able to play out in a way that they're executing really well, that's where they can bring the advantage back to their favor, because they have shown that they have potential in the roster. While Cuteboi is more balanced, there is Beats. Beats is like up there. Beats is scary. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely scary. Even Brain Freeze as well. And you've seen Asloman with that ace. Everyone on their team has a lot of fragging potential as well.
Yeah, there is.
So again, really interesting, really strong matchup.
It's pretty scary.
Swap time.
Swap time in Indeed. But hey, it really just feels like that's here for to Cute Boy. Again, they have this one to
Mhm.
prove. This is their first bout. And if they want to show that they really belong in the scene, not just from their history, okay? Not just from their
Right,
history,
right, right.
they need to show results. I'm not saying that they aren't. I really feel like this this team can go the extra mile. But the question is, are they
Definitely.
ready already today? Are they ready for all the events happening this week? And if not,
Right.
when will they be ready? That's gonna be really the question looming over Cute Boy. In all honesty, this is just for drama's sake. It's like, guys, you guys as a caster, you build
What the
storyline, right?
narrative is,
The
what's gonna play out?
narrative is
No,
important.
but
You know,
the fact of the matter is, Cuteboi is a very strong team individually, but again, they are a very new team, and if they get through the open qualifiers and get through the group stage tomorrow, it's gonna be a tougher time for them, definitely, because you're gonna be up against teams who have been training since closed beta.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it seems like we are almost ready to go. Now, just a quick little FYI of how the format is going to happen. For tomorrow, the group stage A will have 4 teams that will be dueling. The same thing will happen on Tuesday, 4 other teams. So we'll be splitting our 8 teams in total into 2 segments. And the top 2 of each day will move on to the playoffs, the 2 semis, as well as the grand finals for a chance at that 25,000 best of prize pool. So we just kind of plant a tree. Sometimes eventually it grows into a money pot pool, and there you go. That's what the Siklab Invitational is all about. And it's just a really good way to give back to the community, especially as well
Mhm.
there is a very very important event that everyone should be really preparing for, that ignition series start for the Philippines. And we just want to celebrate it in a way, fit it in a schedule that this also doubles as practice, also doubles as a way for each team to understand how well they can play in a tournament setting. But it's still very different from a scrim to, well, something playing for money.
Definitely, definitely. Again, this is a learning experience for a lot of people, a lot of teams entering esports for the first time, entering competitive gaming. And then that's what's interesting about Valorant. It breaks people like me who was never really interested that much in esports in the past. Now I'm like all in, like, ankle deep. I mean,
All in and
really,
then
really
ankle
deep
deep.
into not ankle deep,
Ankle
okay?
deep.
The opposite of ankle deep is
Now,
what I meant, all
how
right?
about drowning?
Into
Drowning in
esports.
esports. Real,
Drowning, I'm immersed, in the
it's like you're
Valorant
a
scene
little
right now.
kid, and then the lifeguard says there's a 12-foot pool there, and you jump in and you drown, and
Yeah,
you
I
almost
just
die.
jumped in.
That totally didn't happen to me or anything, guys.
but
Don't.
but I'm not dead.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
not
not. I'm
dead.
not. I'm not showing the narrative. I'm not. I'm not bringing in
Okay.
past trauma or anything. I almost
All
died.
right,
Anyway, though,
we're good. We're
okay,
good.
we're
We're
good. We're
good.
good. So split.
Anyhow,
Okay, so Split, interesting map. It used to be a very, very defense favored map, but since people have figured out
yeah,
how easy it is to take mid, I've seen some instances here and there that the attacking side can really run away with it. And Cute Boy, though, picking the defense first here on Split, still coming in from that previous archetype. But if you're really strong enough to hold on to mid, you just play the old Split. A and B are so narrow. They're very, very tight
right.
chokeholds. And if Cute Boy can play, a composition that makes more sense rather than their triple duelist earlier on, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run away with it if their mid defender can just hold the line every single time.
I think they're going to be playing a lot more control-oriented agents here. We'll see. We'll see, though. Again, Split has been modified quite a bit since closed beta. It used to be a very defensive-sided map. Arguably still a bit defensive-sided, but definitely not as much. More, like, way more balanced than what it was.
Yeah, it's now time to get into the action. Here we go yet again, guys. It is a match points for both sides. It is gonna be a chance for each team to make it to the group stage. Only one, though, of these two can move on. Will it be the defense of Dubstep Real Prodigy, Ching the God X Guy, and gets him of Team Cute Boy, or the attacking side of Asselman, Fleek, Brain Freeze, Royales, as well as beats for the side of JCFC? It seems like we are just getting represented from every single part of the Philippines here, as we are going to be high time to get into our last match of this best of 3. Dubstep alright, throwing the slow orb, bounces off the wall. Not a really good start there for the side of the defense. I think he actually meant it, in all honesty. And looking at how they quickly rotated away.
Again, both teams have a stage here. And this
Finally.
is what we usually see. You have to lock down mid using the Sage, and then you lock down B main with the Cypher. It's very, very textbook right here.
But you know what happens if you don't lock on the full middle experience? That vent is completely open. And right now, it's going to be very, very dangerous here on the 8-tower defense. Jing the God only with a classic here. He does have some armor, so he can hold the line. But decisions right now are in favor of the attacking side. They can go both directions if they choose to.
Now, typically, personally, when I play Sage, I usually go full utilities, even on pistol round, and I don't buy a ghost. But if definitely you want to frag out at mid, you could definitely opt for a ghost and no wall. So I guess that's why Dubstep chose to go spawn and give up sight and go for utility.
And
Doesn't have a wall.
but it's not time for the B push. Immediately looking to do all they can and more. Never go with more and more of the traps. And immediately quick execution here from the side of Brain Freeze and Royal S. It seems like JCDC has just really woken up to their JCFC rather. Really doing all they can. I'd love to know what the acronym actually means in the first place. But Jing the God hopping around after that herb ball there. It's really interesting. We do have a double duelist comp right now from the defense, so they want to play a little bit offensive later on. Jing the God, though, getting the tag on the fleek after the curveball. Still 2v3, but it's really difficult right now for the Phoenix because he doesn't have the hot hands available to go for the regeneration, and especially against the stuns of the Breach as Brain Freeze and Beats peak and get those takedowns.
Damn. So that was all contact right there. They were out of utilities, but again, you just get gunned down by 3 people. There's not much to gain.
But wow, JCFC.
Again, let's see if we can do a force buy. Are they gonna do a force buy here?
I don't think so this time, Vim. I think
From,
they
Cuteboi's
understand.
side.
I really think that Cuteboi understands that they cannot play around anymore. Earlier on Haven, they were
Definitely.
taking it seriously, but in terms of composition, it was very, very different compared to Ascent. Ascent, it looked like they practiced that one like candy. It really feels like that was something they have been educated on, but they're on Haven a little more on the rustic side, a little more on the just figure it out along the way side. Here on Split, we'll find out very soon, but it seems like they do have a plan, really holding on to Heaven here on B side as much as possible, as it is a 3-2 split that looks to be angled into A side.
So we're seeing a very B Heaven heavy defense here, but most of the attackers are on A right now with Reyna on the lurk. You might see Reyna getting taken down, but no, she's able to cross onto vents. We're going for the AX right here right now.
Brain Freeze though, getting the shot on immediately, and here comes trouble as Jing the God into smoke gets seen by Beats there. That's just good eyesight. It's kind of difficult in all honesty if you're not really used to seeing entities in the smoke. You can't really see that immediately, but Beats getting another kill. Quick reflexes there. Prodigy though finally getting rid of that star player on the other side. But for Prodigy, he has to be very careful, trying to take care of Ascent, who has been able to infiltrate. And Dubstep is on Shorty Squad duty. I think he's going to be looking for an exit frag. Surprise anyone that comes his way. There's a suicide trip, gets stunned up, and goodbye.
Again, beautiful execution. Very, very clean round from JCFC. Now, a lot of people utilize Reyna for basically first entry frag. But I think Reyna has a really good kit for lurking as well, and we saw that work really well. And definitely unexpected coming from vents.
This is a nice spot.
And was able to take out real Prodigy right there.
Sneaky Peeky does it, and if you're able to transition through mid for free, that's what I was talking about. Mid control, go in both ways. If you already have a site secured, basically that is a flank that you can take for free, and well, it was really well played there by Asleman after, well, trying to go for the trade there, and then Smoke no play again into the middle. Here comes the push. Beats maybe throwing out that boom bot and sees a little bit more. Gets the bomb on Dubstep though in the meantime. Quite already trying to get on away. 2 kills so far with so little HP. That is just the amazing mechanical skill here for Cuteboi. They are able to win it out even at the most clutch moments when you would expect to panic instead.
Now this, I feel it would have been like a really high risk, high reward round for JCFC. They chose not to upgrade their guns. So they go like, let's go mid control, full on commit, and just be as explosive as they were in Haven, but it didn't really work out for them. So they're trying to go rotate now and see if they can get a plant in A.
And they got beaten back, and Sky from above actually catching out Royal S there. We saw Brain Freeze try to go for the Tremor, but at least his Omen right now is waiting on for SEAL Team 6 to come on through. Flash is there, Omen turns around, but he'll still get one before Brain Freeze gets the trade back. That was actually pretty sneaky peeky there from Sky, and I think it will work out a little bit better if he did go for the TP play instead. But hey, it's still trade. It's 4 versus 1. This has to be an attacking side defeat here. And as Brain Freeze is just trying to get away with the spike, I think he's just like, okay, I'm gonna protect you. Don't worry, baby boy Spike. I got you in my clutches. No one's gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna leave you anywhere. But in any case, it really was just that gun advantage, right, Bim? It really was just
Definitely.
from heaven, extra range. The Spectres couldn't really stand a chance.
But you know what he doesn't want to lose? He doesn't want to lose that Vandal, definitely.
Yeah.
He's gonna hold on.
No, it's a spike. It's a
to
spike. I
that Vandal
promise. It's a
start
spike.
of his life.
It's a spike. It's a spike.
It's a
He's
spike?
he's
It's a
protecting the spike.
Okay.
He loves the spike.
I
It's like
disagree.
no, it's completely the spike. You know, there is intrinsic value of saving the spike. Please
You
don't
can't
listen to
win
me.
without the spike, right?
Yeah,
So
so
what happens
it's
if you don't have it next round?
yeah,
It's gone.
exactly. You have to like
Okay, I
There's
don't know
a-
where I'm going.
You know,
with this, so
when
I'm
I
just gonna
first
stop.
played
I'm just gonna
CS. No,
stop,
listen,
Daks.
listen. I'm gonna tell you a story. It's gonna make me even sound stupider. When I was a kid, the first time I
Okay.
played Counter Strike, the only time I
Right.
thought I could defuse the bomb was if I bought a defuse kit.
Okay.
Okay, I was
Well,
like
okay, I'll
4.
tell you another story about
Okay, okay.
Counter Strike or defusing a bomb. Next round.
Shadows travel.
Okay. What a teaser! To be continued, but oh, Sky, you cannot be in the fire. Gets burnt up there. Prodigy right now gonna get that kill onto Asloman though. And it is a battle of the entry frags that wins out in favor of Cuteboi. And oh my god, Sky from the bleed shirts. He wears short skirts. And this is just gonna be damage being done by Yeoman Royal as though shows up. 3 versus 2 right now. It's gonna be an 8 take here, but the advantage heavily in favor of Cuteboi because they have the HP and they have those guns to really work out on the heaven angle.
Gonna be real tough for JCFC here. Basically, a 1v3 situation. All you have to do is breathe on Royal S and he's down. But Beats gets that really crucial kill on Getsinov.
Showstopper also online.
They
That can
have
make a big
info on where
difference.
they are. Let's see how they
Really is.
react to this.
And I like how the spike is
Gonna try
planted. Here comes the rocket launcher though. Royal S even getting that kill. And where is the Sage in this regard? Gonna be on to be back, gets blown up! Oh man, Mr. Vim, just real quick, look at that spike location. I love it. They played around the showstopper. If someone defuses that, there is no escape.
Definitely. And again, that was just, man, it just goes to show how competent, Beats, Brain Freeze, Royals, and the rest of JCFC are. Like, even if when the odds are stacked against them, they can definitely find a way to make it work.
Can you play it? It seems like it. So I guess your story is gonna be waiting on for another round because we had to actually smart sound for once. In any case,
long story short,
uh-huh.
I tried defusing the bomb, right? And I
Yeah.
looked away, and it stopped
no.
defusing the bomb, and I lost the round.
Oh no. How old were you?
27 years old.
Oh, that's so sad. My story was literally when I was
It
4 years
happened
old.
last month.
Oh no. Oh no, that's so tragic. But you know what else is tragic?
Okay.
Sky actually getting rid of Beats, but Prodigy and his ultimate not really panning out as he gets taken down there by Brain Freeze. Shing the God though on the board again. There we go, the barrier are by the screen side. And Fleek really trying to hold this angle here. Still though, from the shadows available. Here comes the Rolling Thunder up above. And this is gonna be Brain Freeze up for an angle here, but gets crossfired on. A little too dangerous, of course, to go into A main like that. It's just such a good take right now. And Fleek though does get rid of Sky. The only one left gonna be the Sage. Will get caught by Getsimov instead of Ching the God. And the defuse happens there. A quick little peek into an amazing take. Crossfire game strong there from the defensive side.
Yeah, anybody's game right here. Both really strong efforts being shown on either side. Honestly, it's very even right now. So, again, with the slight economic advantage for JCFC. Let's see if they actually attempt to B-execute once again, or maybe mid-control. Again, this is what I was talking about earlier. They're anticipating a one-way Cypher Trap here on B main, so they're not even like trying to go all in on B main, right? They're trying to go mid-control to B,
Joke's
or
over.
mid-control
You're
to A.
dead.
You know, when you see a Cypher on split Bs, you guys just like, how do we even want to bother with
Yeah.
that? It's just
Right?
too, it's
And
just too
so
tiring.
powerful.
It really is.
Yeah, it
It-
gives us a lot of info on where your enemy's supposed to be, and that's a really big factor in defense.
That's a really interesting strategy though. Look at this from Cuteboi. They used to run it back to allow Prodigy to actually push forward. So now the Reyna is in position to potentially get an entry frag and really snowball from there. They're also taking the attention away the barrier orb, but Dubstep has to get on a wave, is forced to push into the middle. Flashpoint is immediately there from the breach. But oh my god, Beats already has an idea and he gets taken down on the Prodigy. Apparently the big brain play is even falling apart to this 9th dimensional chess that JCFC is bringing to the table.
that was like a super big rain play. And actually, so surprised it didn't work out well. But now we have heaven control, and they're going for a B execute. Now Raze is gonna get rid of the traps, the Cypher traps, but he does get taken down by Getsimo.
Oh,
There's a
Sky.
couple of people on backside. A couple of easy kills right there, and the bomb plant is going off. Sage 1 HP, and a Dream is going to save.
To get the hell out of there.
You will not kill my
Ooh,
ally.
res.
No, we have the eco res right there.
Yep, just get
Again.
all the rifles ready to go, right, Mr. Vim?
Definitely.
I just want to
Very,
note,
very smart play, very clean run.
I really just want to note though that Getsimov did try his best, because X-Guy
Indeed.
teleported right beside him, so he was literally protecting his Omen with all his body, all of his soul. It's like, I got you, brother, but it just didn't happen. Couldn't get the kill in time, and Sky teleports just to die. So highly unfortunate. Good ideas again here from Cuteboi, but this time, JCFC is able to counter them, and I feel like that's the biggest difference from Ascent to, well, now. Because all the plans that
Right.
Cuteboi is doing, they aren't always working this time compared to before. Extract doesn't happen. Dubstep. Ooh, that was very close.
What do you think, Mr. Dex? Do you still think the split is more defensive oriented still, despite the certain map changes? Or is it now a more attacker-sided map?
I,
Or is it
just-
completely balanced?
I still think that it's defense oriented because of the whole A-B transition itself. Middle is a lot easier right now, and everyone has understood, basically, if you take mid, that's you can win out split. For the defense, if they hold that middle, they just kind of win, basically. If you stall your opponent out long enough middle, you win. But what happens most of the time is, since it's very hard to hold itself, that's where it falls apart. So theoretically, I'd say defense is still favored here for split. But if people can't execute in the theoretics, you know, that's how science works sometimes. There's the idea, but the execution's different. I think it's the same case here, and that's where the split attackers do take the advantage, as seen here as the 4-2 scoreline of JCFC.
We're seeing a lot of like textbook strats here. You just shut down vents, wall it up, go for you know, you try to determine where all the enemies are, but they don't know that they stack
inside.
B side right now. This could
Spike
go
is
very well for Cuteboi.
Oh, Beats actually showing up out of nowhere. Sneaky little peek. Asselman helps out, gets that takedown. There we go with a little bit of fault line again. And that's just the breach difference sometimes. All I gotta say,
Firepower.
all I gotta say is this brain freeze on the breach has made a big impact in such a big way. Apparently, earthquakes are very scary, guys. It's a Ring of Fire to remember, and that is gonna be Sky from above getting that takedown. But it really just goes to show that it's something that the attack side is playing with. Brimstone of Royal S sees the teleport, gets that takedown. But back to my point real quick. It's just the attacking side of JCFC. They know they have a breach. It's very obvious, of course, they have a breach, but they understand how to play with him. They stay away from the stuns.
Definitely.
They stay away from the transitions. They let the breach do its job, and that's when they push. That's when they peak, and that is how they execute with Brain Freeze leading the charge with a 9-2 scoreline. He is just pretty immortal in this game.
I mean, it seems like JCFC really understands, you know, the certain timings and how you
Right
chain
here.
like certain combos of abilities of certain agents.
Smoke's
And
down.
it's really working out well.
Stim beacon down.
It's a very good understanding of their composition. It's a very good understanding of each other. And I can see here for JCFC, they have a little bit of experience really playing with one another yet again. It really is just star power versus experience sometimes, and sometimes that is what really matters there. It's gonna be though Ching the God getting blown up by Beats. I've seen the Boombot actually get killed twice in this series already, which is pretty interesting. And for the side of the defense, for the side of Cuteboi, they really have to be wary of all the utility getting thrown at them every single time.
And they're going for basically a 2-2 defense now. They are still, I think, anticipating a B execute. Looks like
Cover
Omen
going up.
might get taken out here. Or he could go for the patience play
Oh.
and take down 2 or 3.
Sky,
See?
Sky. He's been the sneakiest boy of them
Sky's
all.
been very
He
cheeky.
literally runs away. Did you see that? He decides, I'm getting the hell out of there. I'm just gonna
Decides
run
to
back.
just go to side and try to take down as many as he can, but he
And-
gets taken down by Aslo, man.
Slow man. Prodigy though gets a kill back, but it was just so hilarious to see him dodge everything. He dodges the stun, he dodges the satchel back
Absolutely
there.
sneaky right there.
It wasn't even sneaky. It was just hightailing it out of there. It was like a
It was like-
burglary.
It's like a yeet, you know?
Yeets. I'm getting the hell out of here. There's no way. I'm not paid enough to do this. Oh my god, though, Royal S crouching gets taken down by the shot there. Ramps though, Brain Freeze still in position, and sadly for
Literally.
Prodigy doesn't get the trade back in time. Bolt line gonna be into play. Prodigy gonna be getting the hell out of there because there is no money again for Cuteboi. And JCFC is making me a believer here, Vyminal. But in all honesty,
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
like after that second map, even though it was very experimental rather, it's for Cuteboi. I think they're kind of asking for it to force out this third map in this regard.
I mean, I gotta admit, on the first map, I really expected, for it to be a very decided victory for Cuteboi.
Yep.
But it really took me by surprise on the second map that it was a decisive victory for JCFC, and now we're seeing another strong performance. And again, I am a believer. I'm a fan right now of JCFC.
JCFC has shown that they can really bring so much to this game. They have shown that they understand exactly how to play their cards right with all their abilities. And I haven't really, you know what, we meme a bunch if you're playing, especially in competitive ladder solo queuing.
Right.
You meme when you see a breach, I'm gonna get stunned by my own teammate. I don't really see that too often here. From the attacking side, I don't see this too often from JCFC. And really, it's just so clean indeed. And look at that, Brain Freeze even just shooting it through his two teammates and just forcing the Omen back away from vents.
It's like they have this certain blocking or understanding, and that you feel that these people have been playing for quite a long time together, because the chemistry is just on point.
Half buy though. It's something unfortunate. No, it's actually a full. It's an econ here with some sheriffs into play. Real Prodigy, of course, saving that Vandal for a rainy day. So basically, a bit of a buy here and there, but it's gonna be Cuteboi potentially giving up another round. I wouldn't be surprised though if he gets some really good taps. They have proven to be so good at literally getting headshot after headshot. But now it's all about the execution. It's all about seeing who can get to push on who. And Ascent just whittling down a little bit more of that position, as it's a slow push this time from JCFC.
Fire in the hole!
That's a questionable
Seeing
showstopper.
line of molly action right there.
Beats, gets that first kill. Ascent beats another takedown, and immediately in a blink of an eye. That is the most amazing thing about Valorant, actually. It's just a lot faster
Right.
paced than other tactical shooters, so things can happen very quickly. And from spectating one, everyone just dies everywhere, and you just pick like, this is the guy I got. This is the guy I got, and that was so quickly done. Real Prodigy is looking a little awkward because he's forced to save again. There is no point now to really try to duel them. He doesn't even have the Empress, and at the very least, he's still gonna have that Vandal for the next round from, the other round. Kind of sad, in all honesty, but that's just how it is. Really quick execution here from JCFC.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and just because he saved it the other round, doesn't mean you can't save it again.
It's
And
like a
they're-
Christmas gift that
they
you always
appear to be
re-gift.
hunting them down right now.
I don't think it's a hunt at all. They're just looking around A. They're not gonna find Prodigy anytime
They're
soon.
exiting,
You know,
rather.
it reminds me of that pair of socks that you get for Christmas, and then you just give it to someone else, and then they give it to someone else.
I enjoy those socks. I use those socks, man. You give it away, it's a gift.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
Give
I
it
thought
away.
you say you would use them again, give it away. That would make you kinda.
What? No. That's completely different.
That's it's a different thing. Okay. That's Vyminal
Very
after
unhygienic,
hours. That's
honestly.
Vyminal after hours right there.
Vyminal after hours, yeah.
That's a
For
different.
now- For now, it's
Vyminal and Valorant.
not yet time for bedtime.
Past 12 midnight. Vyminal Page podcast. Vyminal after hours. You heard it here first. Anyway, where are we? So we have a barrier orb set up immediately by Dubstep. The wall is there to really slow things down, but I really don't think it's gonna help out in this regard. It really is just bullet fire here then everywhere. 800 HP on that barrier, doesn't matter to the attacking side of JCFC. And Sky is just so afraid of that boombot right now, able to just get away in time. But it looks like it's an A hook this time. It might be an angle here, but interesting enough, there is gonna be the Vandal of Prodigy sticking onto the screen side all the way
Oh,
on
dear.
the opposite end.
You see what's happening now? They fell for the fake, and they're gonna have to rotate now if they ever want a chance of retaking A.
Space created.
They just explode onto side. We're seeing Beats playing Quake once again.
Rolling Thunder though, and
In
Aslan actually catching out Real Prodigy there. Everything is falling apart here for Cuteboi so far. In the meantime, Ching the God with the operator in his clutches, but he'll be very surprised to see how close his opponent is. Resurrection though into play, wall already there. Dubstep making sure everything is fine and dandy in this regard. And Aslan, Empress in hand. Very site-oriented defense though here from JCFC.
And this is what we saw earlier in Haven. They wanted to play retake. Like they wanted to retake S5 as opposed to getting picked off and retaking S3 or 4. Right? So, again, this is the way of counterplaying their sort of aggressive playstyle and punish it.
3-0 defense. Actually winning that one out. And very well played there. Finally to Cuteboi. When you go for the A take though, I do feel that if there are too many members on the defensive side, it's kind of harder to hold A because of just how the angles work. Now, you have a good sight line on back, you have a good sight line on the corner, you have a good sight line on hell, you got a good sight line on the side. But it's a little awkward. Like, I've been looking at strategies here and there. It's very awkward to actually hold main as a attacking defender if you pay attention to it, right? Because just how it works, it's that curved angle. It's that diagonal, actually. So, you don't really cover everything. And that is where the side of Cuteboi gets the crossfire that they have really succeeded on the A defense, not just once, but twice.
Now, they're going, it appears you're going for mid control once again. The bomb at sewer, so they might rotate to A after
Ching the God, though, survives!
very risky spot here for Asloman, but X-Guy retreats onto B.
So the Phoenix does die after that kill, unfortunately, there for the defense. 2-for-1 trade, actually. But the attacking side right now, looking to push on forward again from A. But this time, this is what I was talking about. The number is now in favor of the side of JCFC. They are going to be happy to really go for this push through the middle. And Dubstep though playing sneaky in the smoke. Can he see a straggler? Yes, he sees the spike, but Asselman, another takedown. He has proven his worth, he's proven his strength through the ace, and I feel every single kill right now after that one is just gravy in top of this meal.
Yeah, I mean, very impactful frags from Asselman. He has 7-6 on the scoreboard right now, but again, whenever he gets a frag, it's very impactful. Are they saving?
The Reina,
Looks
honestly.
Like he gets him up, doesn't want to lose the up, I'm pretty sure.
Can't really afford to lose guns here and there. And in an instance like this, it's going to be second to the last round. So basically, they are making sure that they all are going to have an economy. They're all going to have guns to actually win things out. X-Sky, though, surprise, surprise, actually getting an Execrad there. Wants to go for duel against Brimstone, but Royal S still will fall. Good kills there from the Omen, but it doesn't really matter because for the attacking side, they have all the money in the back and World. It seems like their investments have really paid off so far, and it's going to be the last round before the half, but that scoreline is looking very, very scary in favor of JCFC.
Now, will it be a 4-8 at least? And give them a fighting chance on the second round? Still anybody's game, but so far looking very much in favor of JCFC. Looks like they're going for a mid-control split here with the Sage on the lurk at A. Interesting. You don't typically see a lurker Sage.
Can't really go wrong with that. If you do want to save a little bit, and he might want to go for the orb actually, because he's at 6-7 right now. So if he's able to secure that A orb, they're gonna have that Riz, and that's gonna be a really good ultimate coming into this one. Ching the God though, danger close. Sees Asselman, gets a takedown, Dubstep pushing with him, and he gets 2 more, and this is the aggression that we have been looking for from Cuteboi. This is the execution that we have been looking for from them. It's similar to their Ascent game, but this time, they really needed to be pulled out of the bag, and Fleek trying to really get that orb. He's the only one left though. 1v1, Fleek wins it out, and can bring someone back to life. He's able to sneak on through to the other side.
Yeah, at this point, I think you might as well try to take on the 3v4. You do have the economic advantage. If you take down 1 or 2.
There's no economic advantage because it's the last round, Mr. Vim. But Ching the God actually catching out Fleek this time, and Side's getting swapped.
Let's take the last round being like the second to the last round. What is going on?
Don't worry. Addition is rethought sometimes in grade 1. You can go back for a little refresher course after quarantine.
I've taken a lot of Kumon math.
Oh, dude.
Just so you know.
I did Kumon too.
Well versed in addition and subtraction.
I did something called write the number on the piece of paper. It was very, very useful to learn about life. Damn, come on. We're such like...
Literacy 101.
Dude, we are just like... We're that kind of people to go to come on. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't want to move on into this war. That's all I gotta say. But again, so whenever the sides are swapped, guys, just let me complain one more time. The numbers are all wrong, so we're just gonna guess who we can
Yeah.
actually go on. But
Yeah.
we'll stick up Prodigy.
Exactly. It's not my fault, okay?
It's not my fault. It's the game's fault. They break something every single time they patch something. Honestly, the spectator bane is real. Anyway, we go again. Oh, barrier orb already set up, and it doesn't matter. All about the bust, all about confirming how many members are there on the middle. And there we go with the pain shells being tossed out by the Rays immediately. Good hold so far, though, from JCFC. Stalling time with their abilities.
You can see what they opt to do here. Now again, on the defensive side, for JCFC, they do not have a cipher. And they can't really lock down a site as easily as what Getsimov did on the first half.
Self-flash though, here comes the push already. Fleek gonna take advantage there to push, but it's not gonna happen there. It's gonna be takedown after takedown after takedown. Beats right now, showing all up out of nowhere. And that is really what all she wrote there. Gets him up now, gets flashed immediately by Brain Freeze. And it is Sky versus the world, but Izzy at his limit. He gets the spike back. He's gonna be looking to get another kill. He's caught in the rock in the hard place, and he will get caught by that Brain out of nowhere. Beautiful headshot to get the shutdown. 9-4. JCFC is doing it, and they are looking to be one of our 2 qualifiers here in the Siklab Invitationals.
Can we talk about those one taps, dude? Beats on looking, really on point right now. Brain Freeze and Aslan as well, but of course, very strong hold there by Fleek on the Sage. Now, this is what I was saying when it's really important to go full utilities on Sage on the first pistol round. Because even then, you can shut down early aggression that you anticipate.
Really is. It really, really is. It's just all about putting a stopgap measure, Mr. Vim. And when you're playing that defense right now, it seems like here for JCFC, they're going to be looking to do all they can on the utility department again. They are going to be committing on the Spectres. They do want to get the free round rather than trying to risk it and pour the biscuit. Here comes the push though. Ching the God immediately gets walled away and will get taken down. Beautiful, beautiful punish there from the defensive side of JCFC. And everything is really going their way. Cuteboi right now falling apart at the seams for the time being.
The pea shooter's going off, trying to break that wall. And after that wall breaks, you just throw a nade and try to punish that defensive.
God, Beats and Fleek again doing all they can here on Heaven, and that is going to be Sky getting a takedown for the time being, but it really just goes to show that JCFC, a better understanding on this Heaven defense, they're really catching out these opponents as much as possible mid-transition. That's what I was talking about. You can really see for Split, if you play the defense correctly, that is where you can really shine. SEAL Team 6 though pushing on forward, trying to get a peek or 2. Stim Beacon has been shown on the east side, and Royal S gets the advantage, Prodigy with the kill, but Aslan Man shows up to get the trade back, and 10-4. 3 more for JCFC to move into our 8 teams.
I really think that the best option for Cuteboi to come back here and win and execute is for them to play around where the Sage plays. Like play away from the Sage. So they don't get the, that stopgap that you were telling me about, right? What do you think? What should they do to turn the tide here?
Theoretically, I know that they do need to go middle. But if they're unable to really stop Fleek, the best thing they can really do is potentially get the utility out in the first place and really force out a push on the sides instead. And as you've said, there is no Cypher here for the defense, but they do have the Breach, which is kind of similar in B in a way, but it still isn't as annoying, it isn't as pesky. Interesting camera spot there. But on the other side here on A, it's just that Reyna. And the only thing that, well, I'd say Aslan has going for him is if he gets a kill, he can snowball. But everything else is fair game. Everything else is easy as pie compared to the utility on the other side. And I think this A side might be the best opportunity for Cuteboi. And as we're looking into this one, the Phoenix and the Reyna see each other. Run all the way. Aslo deciding to disengage.
I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. You were talking about baiting utilities out, trying to let the defensive side spend their slows, spend the wall, and then you rotate right out. Because you still have 45 seconds left. You could still rotate to B if you wanted to. But let's see if they go for the A execute.
Seems like A is going to be their target. They have proven to be masters of A's on the D, in all honesty. So I do trust the chances here of Cuteboi to really get a successful plant in the first place. In any case, though, here comes more of the push. But Ching the God will fall, but Dubstep gets the trade on back. 1-for-1 trade so far. Here we go yet again. And the Breach coming in from screens. It's rotation time, but sneaky peeky. Look at that Cypher in the middle, Mr. Vim.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Cypher with that backstab gets him off, being really sneaky. But Beats gets the trade.
Dubstep, even catching that one out. And this is what we were talking about. This is where Cuteboi really shines here on the A side. Where is Dubstep right now? He's still on screen, he's really dueling with everyone and anything. And Beats as well as Royal is deciding, okay, it's not worth it. We're gonna get the hell out of here. Because they have so many rounds to give him. They have a 6-point advantage. It's gonna be 5 after this one.
Right.
But it's really in their favor. The ball is in their court. And the thing about this, every single time they take a round away from the opponent, it is just gonna be the knife getting plunged even deeper into the heart. As there we go with the win side of Cuteboi.
So what we saw there was that mid control wasn't really working for them because Fleek's hold was just, you know, well, on fleek, for lack of a better word. But that caused them to go for the A execute. We're gonna see, it looks like a B main execute, perhaps. Maybe they were debating it and they'll say, let's go A again. Let's keep doing it until it doesn't work.
I think A is like the best chance for them into this one, Mr. Vim. They do have the Omen though, potentially looking for the lurk. They even leave that trap, so this can be X-Sky actually getting killed out of nowhere, especially against a push. But speaking of the push right now, Prodigy gonna be there immediately in the middle. And what is gonna be the plan here? Gets him off a really good angle there onto the camera itself. And who is the first pusher? No one really. They're both holding on to these angles. They're both holding on to these sides. And no one really wanting to fully commit their push on both the sides of Cuteboi as well as JCFC.
Again, the wall goes down. They're just gonna break the wall, bait the utilities, and go, you know, full on rotate. Just like you said, Dex.
He does it a little bit more. And Ching the God taking some deep breaths and moving into the tower side. Will get caught out by Royal S there. Good takedown in the first place. Molly even getting traded just to dissuade that ramp push. In essence though, the attack side right now losing 1. And effectively, this is going to be cutting down the strength. And I think this is going to force them to really commit onto A because they will not have any power to get back into B into this one.
Looks like they might go for the 5-man retake as well. They're waiting for the bomb plant, perhaps. We're waiting for a full commit before they rotate to defend.
Well, S on the
I
north
think,
side.
in this situation where your
Right between
enemy
the
is really unpredictable, I think that's the best solution.
It's gotta pretty much be secure this one as Fleek actually catching out the Cypher there. Easy does it. Brain Freeze now with the takedown. And oh my god, what a flawless victory. We were expecting someone to actually push into the site, but Brain Freeze already catching them in the act by the main side. And that is just gonna be the show of the operator there from our breach. 13 kills for him, 20 there for Beats. And it gets so difficult, Mr. Vim. The second half is the worst part for me.
Second half is the worst part.
Yeah, because
Again,
the numbers.
We're taught about Beats and Brain Freeze being, you know, somewhat the star players of the team. Now, while having a very balanced team is also good, having a really good star player is not a bad thing either.
If you have
That's what
someone
we're
who gets
seeing.
kills, basically. Whoever gets kills wins. That is pretty much the essence of a game like this. Who cares about strats? Who cares about plants? And who cares about everything else? Because it is just gonna be Asloman getting that shot on. But he literally hops in front of the fire. Very, very dangerous. Gonna be getting on away in time. In the meantime, though, speaking of getting on away, it gets him up as well as Sky on the ramp side. Gets stunned up immediately. Can they actually brawl against the breach here? Easy does it with the flashpoints. And the Omen gonna be falling on down instead. Oh my god, Brain Freeze gets the peek, gets the takedown. And here comes more and more of that trouble. Brain Freeze right now doing all he can, Beats playing the aggressor. And that's another shot here. This time we get it on cam. And Brain Freeze getting that clutch kill to put JCFC on group stage points.
Dude, I just have absolutely very few words to say other than praise for Brain Freeze right there. We've seen his power with the operator, even in the previous map, but right now it's just, he's so consistent with the operator. He just knows how to quickscope, knows how to use it to change the tide of the game.
Let's have some fun.
Brain Freeze, freezing any kind of offensive. Any long corridor is his domain. And now with a 7-point lead, I wouldn't be surprised to see JCFC play a little bit risky right now. They're playing a more aggressive angle, and they're going to be going for the brawl, but Dubstep will fall to the hand of Beats after taking care of Flea. And that is just 2 of those Oh my god, the rocket launcher. That is a showstopper catching out Ching. But as I said, the sages are gone. The macro is terrible for both sides, but 4-3, this is a big advantage here for JCFC.
Well, we see man advantage right now. They could play a bit slower here. They could wait for bot plant and just go for full-on retake with a man advantage here. I think that's the best option.
I think though Sky is doing all he can to be pesky, but Gesimov has already fallen, and this is a very, very split offensive here from Cuteboi. They have been very balanced so far into this tournament, but as we've said, this is really their first encounter together, and it seems like chemistry gonna be needing a little more work, as we can literally see happening right now in this round. Here goes the push though, Beat's gonna get taken down by Sky. You still cannot disrespect Cuteboi. They are just gonna be better at you at getting the shot every single time in a scenario like that. It's all about teamwork right here, right now from JCFC. But Prodigy on the high ground. It's sneaky peeky time. And Brain Freeze with a takedown into the abilities. Wants to go for the Omen. And that is it. JCFC will move on. Takes down Cuteboi with a 2-1 victory. And what's a series that was 13-5 here on Splits. What a result. What's a result.
That was absolutely intense. We've seen a very, very good series. Impressive showings from both teams, especially Cuteboi on the first map and JCFC on the next two maps. Really, really impressive showing. Beats again, top frag, very consistent. Beats and Brain Freeze, just showing their dominance. GG, well played to both teams.
What a play there. Give me some congratulations really quickly to our players to our winning side. Beats, though, again up on top of everything. 23 kills. Brain Freeze, though, strong KDR, 17 and 6.
Dude.
No dying for the breach
just-
whatsoever.
Way beyond the second frag here.
Uh,
Absolutely amazing.
Ridiculous. And it was a really good showing there from Cuteboi. That Ascent map was magnifique. It really reminds me of Shades of the Glory days, shades of the games they came from in the first place, their history. But
Right.
it's still a fully different scene. It's a whole new ballpark. And welcome to Valorant, Cuteboi. I want to see you guys do more into the future. But it is not your time yet, even though you come in from such an amazing, amazing history.
Definitely. Amazing pedigree from both sides. It seems that JCFC is a pro team from Cebu. So it seems that Cuteboi is not the only team with an impressive pedigree in terms of professional esports. And we definitely saw that strength here today.
It was amazing. Amazing to see. And we'll be checking out real quick. Apparently, this was the one that went wrong. And our initial plan, guys, was to stream one and see if we can catch up with the other one. But apparently, that's not the case because our other group stage qualifier will be Team Ajin. Ajin actually beating out Equinox Esports after Equinox Esports beat Equinox Esports, which is the funniest thing of our bracket, honestly. It's like, why are you guys fighting each other? But then, didn't matter, the winning team fell to the hands of Ajin, and surprise, surprise, we got Ajin and JCFC moving on to add up to our collection and to add up to our 6 invites already. So we have EXE, we have MMK, and we have, of course, 5, or as we say now, Adroits, coming in from the closed beta closeout, as we said before in the previous tournament. That was also their other prize for really testing things out, and they have proven to be more or less really at the top of the scene anyway, so they will not be looking out of place whatsoever. And on the other invites who have really impressed us here on the Valorant PH community, we have Anbu, we have Nano Knights Gaming, and we have Team Ronin. So those 6 plus JCFC and Ajin moving on to tomorrow and Tuesday group stage. We'll be figuring that one out with the teams, of course. We'll be coordinating that shuffle. And I think that is going to be a great group stage to watch out for. It's going to be 3 rounds on screen, 3 rounds off. We'll see if we can get a 4th on, if ever. But you'll be getting all the action, and we'll be finding out who's going to be moving on to the playoffs every single day. This is for a 25,000 peso prize pool. And Mr. Vim, though, what do you really think of that match? It was amazing.
Wow. I mean, it just shows the consistency that JCFC is capable of. It shows that they're very versatile as a team, and they have different strategies, different pocket strats, default strats, and different ways to adapt even on depending on the map. Maybe they just need a bit more practice on Ascent, for example, but they've been really strong on Haven and Split, um, despite not having a Cypher, which I think is a must on Split, right? They seem to have this preference for like maybe, not the usual team compositions, and somehow they make it work. The breach and the raise on their team just makes everything so much better for their team. Like they really know how to play their agents. That's for sure.
Is they know how to play with each. That's the most important part.
Yeah,
And I think
true.
that's really shown by if you are a team that can play with the breach, that just makes a big
Right.
difference. It's JCFC, very impressive. I can't wait to see
Very
Cuteboi in a
impressive.
future tournament. And speaking of future tournaments, guys, there is gonna be one happening. I'll talk about one first. So next, after July 11, 12, basically, there is gonna be
Mm.
a tournament that we're gonna be partnering with here in the Valorant PH community, and that one will be the Versify Valorant Weekend Cup, which is really interesting. I think it's their first time there. It's also a 25,000 peso prize pool. So you guys can check that out, of
Awesome.
course, in Discord. We'll be looking at some posts here and there on social media. But Mr. Vyminal, I think you should do the honors.
Yes,
So what's
sir.
going to be happening at the end of this week?
What's gonna be at the end of this week? Well, we have the Ignition series. Is that correct, Mr. Dax?
Yes, it is. So it's going to be the
Mhm.
first one for the Philippines. It is going to be
Yes.
our Philippine Quiet qualifier. It's a 100,000 peso prize pool. And the reason we're doing
Insane.
this
Absolutely
tournament
insane.
is to prepare every single team for it. Give you guys a tournament on Sunday that's open. We give you guys the group stations playoffs, especially for the 8 teams that are looking to be kind of priming themselves for a deep run from our perspective. And hey, if you guys think that your team deserves an invite in the future, why not participate in more Valorant PH events? Get tourneys like this,
Yeah.
and the ones we partner with, you can always impress us through other tournaments as well that we keep an eye out on. We have much love for the community, of course. We have much love for every single part of Valorant. But if you really want to catch our eye, you know where to go. Not only our tournaments, we also do pugs every week from time to time, really bringing the community together. And we just really want to, well, allow players of Valorant in the Philippines to enjoy their time together, make a community that is very, very competitive in a way, and no nonsense. No, we are very, very proper with what we do as much as possible. We just
Yeah.
want to have a good standard for everyone, and hopefully it will really rub off with you guys and prove yourselves into not only the local scene but also the region. So it's gonna be really, really exciting. I know we're gonna have a number of announcements also over the next few days rather. And well, Mr. Vyminal, he's looking pretty snazzy and looking very comfortable on the casting role. How was it today, Mr. Vim?
Okay. Now, I'm really new to this game, right? I'm more of a player, more than a caster. But let me tell you that the more I do it, of course, the more practice that I get, the more hours I spend behind the casting desk, just makes me more comfortable. And of course, having a really cool partner, by my side is, definitely a big plus. And of course, knowing the players in the community. I think that's what uh, gives me a slight edge, I guess, is because I personally know these players and I play with them regularly. And yeah, it just gives you a different insight seeing them from the player point of view and of course the caster point of view. So I had a lot of fun today, and I'm looking forward to see more tournaments, to cast more tournaments, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of me real soon. It's going to be a bit of a surprise happening in just a few days.
Yep.
But
And go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to add, Mr. Dex, like, I know we talk a lot about the philosophy of like uplifting the community and um, you know, making people like get to know each other and like being competitive and all that. But I think our work here in Valorant PH speaks for itself, and I'm personally inviting you to just basically join our community, see for yourself, get to know the people that are regulars in our server, just have fun. I think it speaks for itself, and I don't think we need to say any more. Other than that, just go for it. See for yourself.
No, it's
That's
our
it.
first foray into a bigger qualifier in a way.
Yeah.
We love our
What was our
format,
last
and
tournament? Like
honestly,
16 teams, right?
yeah, this is 64. So this is really our first time, and I think we
Yeah.
were pretty. fruitful in our endeavor, especially as we
Oh,
were
yeah.
able to impose well our restrictions and all. Like, so I think we find a good balance there. And we're very happy about our format. It really just is more competitive in a way. And then, if you guys do want to join the community, you can use the command down below, exclamation point Valorant Discord, to get that link. For the teams participating in the group stage, you will find out your group stage as soon as possible once everyone has joined, well, the tournament in question. So make sure that if you guys are watching right now for our 8 teams, get your team captains to please notice my messages. And please notice that everything is gonna be prepared. The quicker we can get it done, the quicker you guys can prepare, that's for sure. And hey, it's gonna be a great, great time. We'll be releasing, of course, the groupings and schedules tomorrow with all of our announcements. We'll be releasing something every single day about the Siklab Invitational. And hey, we have had a
Sir.
great, great time for tonight. A little last minute, and I do think we can iron out a few kinks here and there, but we should be ready to go in terms of the Siklab Invitational. I've been Dax, he's been Vyminal, and we'll be signing off for tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Our games will start at 8 p.m. for people who are worried that it's gonna be on the afternoon. No, it's a weekday. We'll make sure that you guys are home from work or home from whatever you're doing and be staying safe in the first place. Scrim time becomes tourney time. See you guys then. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. And this has been the Open Qualifiers. This has been the Invitationals of Lab from Valorant.
Bye.